Fighting with the shadows on your head. Bam, bam, the light love to shine on me like the sun. And y'all know how me and the sun get. So we're gonna turn that off and let the natural light just kick in because there's no lights on. So I'm gonna let natural light shine. Let my angels that are always around me, let them shine. They always gonna shine with the lights on, with the lights off. So I'm gonna let them shine too. I'm gonna let the John Mayer settle in my head while I say my hellos. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening. You might be watching it, it might be nighttime where you at. Good, how you doing? How you doing? Happy Sunday. Oh, y'all don't know. My favorite way to come into a live is just me. So I can literally get straight to talking. Because y'all know, I got a little bit of ADHD. You know, I go a lot of places. My brain goes 16 different places at once. So look, first thing I want to do in the beginning of this live is just say, guys, I have missed everybody. I've missed going live. I've missed coming to chill. I've missed hanging out. But I've been living. Life's been life. And so I've been hanging out. I've been chilling. I've been enjoying some great foods. I've been to a couple of different places that have went viral, and you know my foodie butt had to go and try them out. I just haven't posted the videos yet. I have also enjoyed my loved ones, enjoyed people that I care about, enjoy time, enjoy the time we have. I've been doing that, so I want to live in the moment because one of the things I'm realizing that is so valuable is time, and we take it so for granted. We play with it. You know what I mean? We play with time. So I'm trying so hard, but I'm trying to also make time. I told y'all no matter what, no matter if I had 8 billion subscribers, I'm going to always have time to come in here, check in, say, hey, how you doing? What's up? So let me go in here. Oh, I see somebody's in the building. Susan, how you doing? Happy Sunday, sis. Y'all, this ain't a pajama jammy jam. This is a to be honest, in my opinion. Okay? This is the subscriber with a channel that is coming up to talk about it, to talk about her opinions about some people and some things and some places and some times and some stuff. Okay? Sweet potato, how you doing? Good to see you, sis. Happy Sunday. But y'all know it's the Kingdom's Day, so it's a pajama jammy jam day for you, regardless if we come live or not. It's your day. So happy pajama jammy jam to anybody coming through here on Sunday to watch it. Now, if you watch it on Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it's just happy day for you. But today, if you watch it all the way to midnight, happy pajama jammy jam day for you. Happy. And Carolyn B, how you doing? How you doing? I can't even call you that. Hey, mother, how you doing? But guys, listen, I've been watching. Now, one of the things I told y'all when I first came on here, hold on a second, where did my playlist go to? How did we hold on? We don't go from John Mayer to somebody I don't even know who that is and what he was talking about in my ear. Ooh, I'm gonna say what I need to say. So again, last disclaimer for the day. This is a to be honest. So I'm being honest in here. So if I say the names, I'm talking about somebody, I'm saying the names. And it's in my opinion. So it's my opinion. It's not the gospel. If you take it as the gospel, that's on you. If you take it to get offended, that's on you. And I'm not coming here to offend nobody. I'm not. So that's on you. But I just been watching, going around, you know. Now, should I go from sector to sector, thing to thing? Because see, I think sometimes when we loop, it's like when you say, oh, all black people do this. All white people do this. All Hispanics do this. I don't want to say all the people in a sector do something, but then you kind of want to say it because that's why it's that sector, because it's made up of people who like that kind of stuff. So, since I have the least to say about the yikes sector, I'm going to start there. Oh my God. I'm kind of scarce. When I say scarce, it's just it's very few and in between the stuff I watch over there. I'm always gonna stand for It's a lot of not people over there. It's a lot of half a chicks over there. It's a lot of racism over there. It's a lot of just trauma bonding in the wrong way. It's a lot of that, but that's everywhere too. So a lot of those things I just named are in a lot of places. But it's people over there that should have been canceled. Like should have been canceled. And I think I stay until they gone. And when I say stayed, I mean I come through when I want to. But y'all know one thing about me. I roll through this YouTube everywhere I want to. I show respect. I don't come to nobody panel and tell them how to run it, what they should do. But when I come to this here kingdom, I'm definitely gonna voice what I think, or you know what I mean. And here's the truth: when it's too schmutty or trashy, I don't even watch it. I don't need to watch it to talk about it. I don't even want it in my spirit. You know what I mean? Let alone coming out my mouth. So anyway, the yikes sector. About a week ago, I turned on Jen. And honey, she was talking about TL like TL still came live. I mean, she was talking about TL like TL had just did a live 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I was like, dang, do she know something I don't know? Because I still talk to TL. I just talked to TL 2 weeks ago, maybe three, maybe even 3 weeks ago, because time just rolled with me. But I talked to TL. TL is very happy. TL is not studying nothing on here. Matter of fact, if you even go to bring up one of these chicks, she kind of be telling you like, man, I wouldn't know what's going on because she in peace. She's in a good space. And Jen, here's the thing I'm gonna tell you when it comes to Jen and TL. There was a point when TL literally had this heart for Jen. Her and Ambulance. I mean, they had a heart to save her. To save a relationship with her children. And I tell them, let me tell y'all, you don't have the certificates, the educational background and that type of stuff to help her. You don't have what a priest have, a clergy. You don't have none of this stuff to give her exorcism or whatever she needs. You don't have that kind of power. You could pray for her, hope for her, give her some advice, but she's not even in a place to receive it. But they did it, and it backfired on Terry Lynn. Next thing you know, Jen is her sister, all this sick stuff. Jen said disgusting stuff that Terry Lynn was doing to her children, to her. So these people want to live in these half of places where, or let me see, if I say TL name enough times, she gonna come back. You know who come back? Puppets. Because when you got a puppet on a string, anytime you call for him, you could just pull back your hand, put it out, say, come on, Buki, and pull back, and Buki's there. Those are puppets. You know, if every time somebody said your name, you run into the panel, drop the link. Think about it here. Who has time, especially when people have channels. I can see when subscribers say drop the link. When they say it, not when you tell them, oh, you got an opinion in the chat. You want to hit the link and try to argue it out? Why do you want to argue it out? Anyway, but I heard her saying that. I was like, oh, what is Jen on? But here's what I got to say about Jen. When I see people like Heidi and them still going for Jen, Amber, because y'all know she's still involved, knee deep in it. Because when Amber gave the okay, all of them was like, okay, it's okay to go after Jen. But then, and a couple tried to stay, like, at that time, Brooke was still trying to give Jen a little, empathy, sympathy, whatever it is they call it with each other. I don't know. Grace, mercy, I don't know what they're giving each other. But y'all, Amber, you brought Jen around. Jen was the girl cheating with Clint while he was still with Tracy, though it gave Tracy a good escape. Because Clint wanted Tracy. We all know these things. That's why it bothers so much when these pictures of Clint and Tracy are put up by Maria. That bothered the hell out of her. But it's the truth. Then we watched you dog Tracy out through her pregnancy up to her death. We watched it. We watched you talk about how y'all was going to take that baby, all kind of cribbity crap. We watched it, girl. But what I got to say about Heidi and all them is like, okay, y'all knew all this stuff. Matter of fact, Amber, you knew all this stuff about Jen. You knew that Jen was running the Sherelle when you was with her, trying to say, save me from Amber, when y'all was all this stuff. We know it, been there, done that. Go back to previous videos on any of these Heifers pages, you'll find it. But unless they took it off because they don't want to look silly. No, they never do that. But We knew this about Jen. Y'all knew it about Jen. And then y'all still gave another chance. Oh, I forgot. It's because when she got out of jail, y'all was like, let's give her another chance. When she got out of the jail, I remember this like I remember my name. Ann and Maria were still together. And Jen had just got home. Something went on. And Maria was like, I don't want nothing to do with Jen. And all these people were almost like, I do. Because I want to see her break down. Oh, I want to see her have a meltdown, breakdown. Because these heifers like breakdowns. They like when you're about to go to the end of your wits. They like when you're about to give up. They like when you ain't taking care of your kids, when you're in shambles. They like when you're drunk as a skunk. They love that. They love when you're an abusive gay man. They love that. That is what they live for, okay? Okay. So don't go over there and get mad at them for being that. That's what so I don't get mad at them. I'm just talking about it. And they shouldn't be mad. They know what they got. Anyway, they knew just what Jen was. And then when people would bring up, when they was cool with Jen, when people would bring up like, hey, Heidi, didn't Jen tell you she wanted to put a noose around your neck and drag you down the street? She was like, oh, we already got past that. We passed that. Didn't Jen give her husband sloppy toppies online? They were like, you know what? That's old news. Get out of here with that news. Is it true Jen used to have poopy on her floor and she didn't know how to make 1 minute rice? She's gotten better, guys. She's the best at 90-second rice now. Then as soon as they got mad, they was like, oh, by the way, did you know it was poop on her floor? Did you know? Did you know it was her who said this about Clint? Did you know she said that and she did this and she did? I'm like, wait. We all knew. And we all feed her. Well, y'all feed her with anything. I don't feed her with shit. But I remember once upon a time when the song Heidi sung about Jen was, she's a racist. She said her dad freed us. I'll never respect her, ever. Then Amber was like, gave her a tap on the shoulder and was like, girl, you got to respect her because I do. And she was like, okay. Then Amber's like, tap on the other shoulder. We got to disrespect her. We taking her down. We bringing up what she did with her kids. We going to talk about that young man that we've been talking about since 2020 stopped, then came back in 2022, went stopped, came back in 2024, and then we're going to keep doing that. We're going to do that. Not because they think these things are bad about Jen, because they knew him and got cool with her. They knew him and were her mods. They knew him and gave her memberships. They knew it and was calling on the phone. They knew it and was sharing recipes. But now we all supposed to be like, wait, you be around Jen? Do you know this? Girl, who be around Jen? Y'all be around Jen. Y'all keep her alive. Then y'all taking her to other people. I wonder when they take information to other people about Jen, do the people notice that they all in the information? Like if you go watch one of the lives, you gonna either hear Jen begging Amber to come back, saying how she love her, how she talked about her kid, how she'll take her back, how she need her, how she just can't live without her. That's my opinion on that. Then on the B. Oh, I got an opinion on the B. I got an opinion on the B, on the B, on the B. See, because I'm like these people. I'm not just a fair weather person. That's they are. They like, I can't stand you. I hate you. I hate you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's go against this person together. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's not me. That's not me. It's either hot or cold. It's either hot or cold. And with the B, I stand on everything I said about her. That's just who she is. But I got off of it because there's no need to keep sitting on it. You know what I mean? You keep going. I don't have hate for her. She came for me because of her hatred for Terry Lynn, who later on she'd go back to kissing Terry Lynn's ass because the whole time it's because she liked Terry Lynn, okay? And that's what she'll forget. She'll have more ill will against me than Terry Lynn when she really came for me, it was because of Terry Lynn. But see, she didn't realize when she came for me, I'm my own person. So that means I'm not on shit Terry Lynn on. She not telling me what to do, what to say. Heidi, see, that's what they thought. They think, oh, Heidi and Terry Lynn tell Danny what to win. Then y'all not real women. Y'all tell each other what to do. Y'all make each other popular. Y'all bring bad men around. The very first time I saw Chicago Muscle come around in today's sector, I said, ooh, this is about to be a bad collision. This is about to bring two things together that's bad. And it brought nothing but hate. Naked videos of women sending boobs to the same man, people dying. Men coming over, seeing a bunch of vulnerable women who insecure and mad and taking advantage of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And every man they usher in, 1 minute they love them. I mean, got people sponsoring anything they doing. Then they hate them. But back to the B, because here's why I want to talk about him. So she had left, and I ain't gonna lie to you. When she left, the only thing I hoped was that she was leaving to have a moment for herself. You know what I mean? To take care of herself, to do whatever she needs to do. Because that's what I want for everybody. Get yourself some peace. Self-love, self-care first. The best me is when I'm taking care of me. The worst me is when I'm not, because I'm worse to everybody, especially myself. But that's enough for positivity, because these people don't want it. Jules was on here talking about, I just heard a clip. And when I say clip, I'm not these people. Nobody sends me clips. I watch whole videos. And I watch whole parts so I can see for myself, so I can think for myself, so I can respond for myself, so I can react for myself. So when I'm speaking, if you start bringing up another part, I'm going to know because I might have watched that. And if I didn't, I'm going to tell you, oh, after 5 minutes after this, I fast forward here. I'll tell you that. But I heard her like saying like her and Miss Mickey wasn't tight. Hey, you know why J-Fid, Miss Mickey, all them? The only one, and I'm going to do this while saying he just as shifty. The only one of them who had their own brain in the time of me and her having a war was Clark. Clark had enough brain to say, hey, I know she messy. Clark had enough brain to realize he was getting too messy with her. Clark had enough brain to come up over here his own self more than once, during, after, and show respect. When I say show respect, he ain't come over here with none of that messy stuff. He ain't come over here to defend her like that. But when it comes to Miss Mickey and them, oh, please. They completely separated me, was going to my mod at the time, Tina, to let her know they couldn't come over here because their choice was her. They chose her. Miss Mickey and them was all up in that group chat with the pictures of Mims as she was being blackmailed before she died. Then she, oh yeah, Miss Mickey used to be like, this person couldn't be over here and this person couldn't be over here. And I used to listen to her. And then they were just doing this and they were. What I tell y'all, behind every messy subscriber is a super messy content creator. If a content creator can have somebody who they didn't even know when they started their channel, have them messing up their channel, then I blame the content creator more than the person. That don't mean I won't call the person out. Miss Mickey would be on raw, shady stuff with her. And then see, these people can go somewhere else and will pretend like for a long period of time, I don't care what these people say when they leave her. Are they going to say, if this is when I'll be like, oh, I get it. If these people could come out and say, you know what, forget what she did. I was a fool for running around. Stop talking to people. Stop going to their chat. Stop supporting people for her. I was a fool because I would open my mouth and tell people how they should fix themselves as I sat with a chick who now I'm going to tell y'all she was a grifter, she was a this, she was a that. We said she was that. Now you want to co-sign? That's the same stuff them other chicks that left. When they left, that's how it came out about the group chat with Mims in it. Because when y'all were with her, it was okay to be like that. George too. And all them people get to be on team I hate you. Team I hate you is where I know you sat with this person and did some of the worst stuff with them. But since you enemies, come over here and tell me all their stuff. And even if you don't have stuff, can I be around you while you torture them? That's team hate. That's what I think of these people. It's just a bunch of hatred. It's a bunch of hatred, and there's a bunch of people who swear they got good lives, good husbands, good jobs, good money, good this, good that. They don't. They don't. Then to be like, man, I don't know if you knew this, but KK is a grifter and she been grifting and she been grifting. And KK, like, I don't know if you knew this, she been this and she been that. And how will y'all ever sit together? All y'all people, I don't, here's my thing. Let's just say she was all that. What were you that you sat with her? Co-signed, promoted, encouraged. Because birds will feather flock together. I don't want to hear none of these chicks coming around here talking about no man talking about a woman when they promote men who do it. The most hateful men you could think of in their sector, they brought him. They brought him, promoted him, cheerleaded, wore his jersey, did it all. Some sloppy toppy them, some sent them photos. They do it. And then later, just like even when it comes to Neil, think about how many times they won't say his name. Kevin, they'll sugarcoat past the story as they tell it. But when it comes to one of these women, oh, honey, they gonna tell you about her panties, her dirty panties, her clean panties, her boyfriend, her last boyfriend, the yeast infection. They know all this. And you be like, dang, how did you know that? How did you know that? How did you know? But the stuff they know about these, oh no. And they'll say stuff like, when it comes to George, this Heidi, when it comes to George, he's been bullied. And the things that have been done to him, it makes it okay for everything he's done. Well, if that's the case, then John, Amber, Scandal, all of them should be canceled. And then all the people that they did stuff to should be out here just terrorizing. Is that what you're saying? Because they got a long list of people they tortured. Did we forget? And you know what I don't get? Even when they bring in new people. When I saw AC and I saw Shit Show, when I saw them, they were going for Amber like it was nobody's business. And suddenly they stopped going after Amber and became cool with the whole crew of her people. You know why? Because Amber knew if they start bringing, and here's the thing, if they going after Jen, Amber's all in the Jen story. You can't go back in a Jen story and not find Amber all in it. So like I said, the resurrection, the bringing of her is them people. Like I said, enough of them trashy. Wait, I think it was one more I had to talk about in the trash station. I think that was it. Oh, and Anne. And when you and Maria separated, I didn't have a side at all. Let me tell y'all something about me. I don't got a side with nothing but mine. My side on everything I stand on here. But I didn't have a side. But I'm like, Ann, half these people that sit up in your face, girl, they dogged you too. And I promise you, I promise you, mark the date I said this. As soon as it go down, everything that you think Maria's saying about you, that she's saying about you, that anybody over there you thinking they saying about you and dreaming, they gonna say it. All of them. They putting the case together on you right now. Because in that side, what they do is they sit by you, setting you up. Go do that on your channel, girl. Because they ain't gonna do it on theirs. Y'all ever ask yourself how Heidi being all the mess, but her channel don't have it on there? No matter what's going on. John could be doxing her. Jen could be putting a noose around her neck. Amber could be talking about trying to get her son took out the military. She won't mention it on her channel. But she sure be in the cheerleading section for anybody going after somebody. She sure gonna share it out. Messy, messy boots. Messy, messy, messy boots. That's the Messy Boots crew. But like I said, you can't change that sector. You make a sector different. Now let's get off of them because They own enough. If you know what I mean, they own enough. And I'm talking BS, nothing else. So somebody, oh, she said they're all on drugs. I never said that. But now some. Some Saucy Santana. For real, for real. Now, I want to talk about the black tea sector. Now, y'all all know I gave a little list of who I thought. I just thought this was my opinion. When I heard a list, it made me start thinking of my own list. I wasn't following a trend, a trad, nothing trad, a fad, a trend of trad, a trend of fad. I was just making my little list. But because I did a short video, you didn't really have much time to explain. Like I said, the black tea sector is so many things to me. And the truth of the matter is, even with the black tea sector, originally I would have had people like Sherelle in it because she was a black woman giving tea on what was going on, following trends, celebrity gossip, the shows, black shows, things of this nature. I put her over there at once upon a time. But like I said, just like everything else, things start merging. But even when we talk about the yikes sector, if you go back to 2021, 2022, you're going to find Tulsa in these chats over in this sector. Trees over in these chats. Trees was cool with Clint, Jen, Maria. Trees went off on Amber. Trees checked John. Like I said, Danny's got a petition that went out on John. And oh my God. Hear her. Talked about John. Allie, what was her name? Allie. Sparkle Alley. Sparkle Alley got a strike from John, then went after him. We the People, not the We the People that just came around, the one that does politics, Sunny. She was, these things merged together. You get what I'm saying? AT2 and Yadiri Vet are from that side. That's where they came from. Okay? That's why they always flippy-flopping around. They can talk and say something. That's where they come from. They black tea my ass. They wasn't a black tea sector, nothing. That's why when you ask Dear Vodka how she got in the black tea sector, she can't tell you. Because like I said, but I can tell you all the people she done got into it with in the black tea sector. Or that's affiliated with the black tea sector. She should be in the black V sector. Vodka. Black vodka sector. Wherever that's at. You know, when you slur for fun, do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what she should be. But anyway, I've been watching the net. Oh my God, y'all, the conversations. See, one thing about me as a YouTuber, and I've been doing this, I love to go around people who don't watch YouTube like this, or definitely don't be in no comments and none of that type of shit. And I like to bring up things that happen to see what they real life versus YouTube reactions gonna be. And I think I'm gonna start taking that to a video where I just go in, bring up something happening on YouTube, and just get reactions from people, randoms, everywhere, and people I know. Just see what they do. Why is it so many lonely? I'm a subscriber to the black tea sector. I'm a subscriber to the John Yates sector. I belong to no sector. If any sector ever formed, that's why it's called a kingdom over here, and it's made up of a bunch of kingdoms. I'd start my own. I'd start my own place where you could actually be yourself. You didn't have to follow or be on command with other people. You didn't have to, you get what I'm saying? None of that. But I don't belong to any sector, but I go where I want. And I respect who I respect, and I watch who I watch, and I'm subscribed to who I want to be subscribed to, and I speak when I want to speak. And like I said, the reason for the last couple of years I haven't spoke as much as I used to as a subscriber is because when you're trying to be a content creator, people love to put all these asterisks next to your name. They love to say, oh, you're only in my chat because I get more people than you do in a chat. One good thing about me is since I was a subscriber and I paid attention before I was a content creator, one thing I know is lives, unless you somebody big, I mean, if Beyonce opened a channel and just went live, it would bust the roof. Kai, the young man who do the gaming and stuff, he could go live and you're going to bust through the roof. You're going to have 30,000 people in this mofo. But, and to me, y'all know how I am. I've always said this. This is a billion people platform. And I'm being nice by saying a billion people platform, meaning subscribers running through here. So it's a way to catch something. But if you be yourself, what you'll find is there are more people that are looking for that. So why don't you set that up for that? Or if you like this, why don't you show us who you are? But all these people want to tell us, well, you don't even know who I am. We don't, but I know who you represent. I know what you're showing us. Like I told y'all, what I look like coming on here telling y'all that I literally say sis for sisters in solidarity and for standing in standing in solidarity, sisters in solidarity. That's what it's for. So the standing in solidarity is so I can stand with the men. I'm gonna always have love for the kings. I think I love the kings like I love the queens. You understand? But as women, for a long time, even though I am a woman, born a woman, everything else, I have hated to be around women for the cattiness, the lying, the manipulation, the insecurity, the jealousy. I couldn't stand that. The backstabbing, the betrayal. But I realized all women aren't that. Just like all men aren't dogs. So when I look on here and I see black queens representing trashy ass dudes and trying to pump them up like that's what we need. So I said, let me take it to the streets. So I went to all my girls with a boyfriend, all my girls with a man, not my women that I know with a husband, just my girls with a boyfriend. And I preferably went to my women with new relationships. And I said, girl, if your man was talking to his baby mama in front of you and he was saying stuff like, man, when I tore that coochie up, even if he was joking, what would be your response? Oh, girl, I can't even say what they said because it was a bleep bleep and some of it was criminal. Nobody's response would be like, oh, that's just them. That's their relationship. So if you think doing that is going to get any respect from any real woman who want a real man or going to take any advice, like, oh, girl, no. So it's this dude named Ben. To anybody around in the T sector, like T sector, they know about him because he was brought from the boxing sector. Now, time out. Because with my ADHD and the way my brain works, I have to go backwards because I can't just start with him here. When I first heard of Ben, I literally heard of him through Tremaine. Because like I said, when I start watching somebody, it can introduce me to somebody else and I might start watching them. It goes on and on and on. So I'm watching Tremaine and them, and they making a joke about being wanting her and blah, blah, blah. And at first, she kind of playing with him with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he got a little bit of a chance. But if you got ears and you're actually listening, you realize he don't have a chance. Like, you know she joking. Then when she see he's so serious, she kind of start really making it like, oh, boy, bye. You know, no, I'm good. Ha. Then the day, like, so when Ayo and Tremaine got into it, when I say, I've been said like it's a couple things about Ayo. I mean, like I said, I don't like everything nobody do. I don't like everything Danny do. So I hate when you say you like somebody or you watch somebody and people like, do you know when they did this? I probably do. I probably know more watching of them than you do. But I know when to hold them and fold them, when to pull out and be like, oh no, this is too much, or no, I ain't with that. But when Ayo and Tremaine fell out, the day they fell out, one thing that would always stick out to me was Tremaine had got a phone call. And when she got the phone call, I automatically thought it was Ben. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But it was Ahmad. And we would find that out a couple of days later. And they kind of fell out because it's like, I don't know if she thought he was trying to say something. Because we didn't know about the Ahmad situation at the time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, that's weird. That's weird. But the next day, I'm watching Phantom. Now, I heard of Phantom because when Mel and them started going over there, Ayo would be on her channel talking about, and they'd be over at this dude Phantom, act like I can't go over there. So then her and Tremaine and them started going over there. But Tremaine and Cleo went over more. So they over at Phantoms, they with all these people, you know, from the boxing sector. So anyway, when that come out, he on there, and Phantom kind of saying to him, like, man, you know, so I guess Ahmad, you know, I'm gonna see if he'll come over here. You know, Ahmad's come over here before in the chat. But I want to get his side of the story and this, but they saying Tremaine has a man. And Ben is salty. Being and salty. That is being with no channel. He wasn't Mr. Player, bounce off. I don't need a chick. Hot, boom. None of that was going on. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Then the next thing I know, he got a channel. And so I never subscribed. It's like a church. I'm not one of the people go to church and they're like, oh, the doors open. I'm like, I'm in. Because one day was good. So, because y'all know I go somewhere else. See, I was about to start saying something about a church. But anyway, so I started watching him. And I saw he did this prayer at the beginning. I thought, okay, that's good. You know, at least you're bringing a good energy. But then it would go from this prayer to him being the messy. Like, oh, yeah. Tremaine said, but you know, because Tremaine going to be my boo. Soon as him and Sammy started saying they was a couple. Soon as that started coming. Because I watched when it started happening. It was a joke. They were saying it like a joke. Then suddenly it was real. And when it started happening, I thought, okay, well, you know, everybody knows. And I'm thinking Sammy knows because she swears she was watching them before. So I'm like, Sammy know, everybody know who he likes is Tremaine. One thing I know about a man, I got a lot of homies that's men. I mean, 30-year partners, rappies, my brothers. One thing I know about men, when they want something, they keep going after it. That thing can have a man. They'll let him know. Soon as he slip, I'm going to be right here to catch you. Soon as he step out, and you be thinking, dang, she ain't giving you no play. They be buying her shit. They always remember her birthday. You be thinking to yourself, she ain't giving you, because one thing I know as a woman know what she wants. And once again, she the same way. She'll sit back and wait. She waiting for your girl to slip, for you to have a problem, come run and tell her. I know it. But I said, is this real or is this just a play? So I thought it was a play at first. I really did. Because I'm like, man, he up here telling Kat, like, oh, remember when I tore it up the night we made our baby? And sometimes Kat would be like, ha, ha, ha. And then sometimes Kat would be like, whoa, you're going a little too far. She'd slow him down. Sammy wouldn't say something. Sometimes she get his laugh. I thought, can't no woman like a man and this not bother her. And not, first of all, most women, 7 out of 10, these Danny stats, 7 out of 10 women get uncomfortable when a woman who used to be in love or mess with or got a baby with a man they would come in the room. There's an insecurity because they feel like she got an upper edge somehow. She got a past with you. That's an insecurity. But see, when you have a confidence, what you know is, I don't give a damn what's his past. All you heifers led him to me. That's why we standing in front of you together. The reason I'm standing in front of his ex-wife or his baby mama, his ex-girlfriend with him is because I am who he's with. See, when you have a crown on your head, you understand that. When you just a chick, you just a chick with a dude. And every chick is insecure. If he look over and say she pretty, you mad because you don't look like her. You don't realize that you both can be pretty at the same time. You didn't realize that in all the apples on the tree, he chose you. You don't look at yourself like that, because see, that's how Queen does. But anyway, back to these women. And this half a man. So anyway, he keeps telling us he alpha. You know an alpha man when you see him. You know an alpha man when you walk. You know an alpha man when he talk. But one thing I know about a real man, because see, maybe the real man ain't as alpha as you think, because alpha man is alpha everywhere you go, even in a room full of alpha men. He's still that alpha man. But I know a real man don't play about his woman. So the one thing a real man would never do is set up the dinner table for you to come and trash his woman. He wouldn't. A real man, if he was ever in a place that came to trash his woman, they get back to back so they could take this whole surrounding together. Now, that could be, it's the fight. Don't mean a physical fight. I need to know that the person with me got my back at all times, in front of my face and behind my back. So anyway, they going together, whatever. This one day on his live, he tell them, is he talking about this dude from the boxing sector that he don't like? the boxing scholar. He started telling him all this stuff. Oh, I'm gonna talk about him, y'all, and I'm telling y'all nothing off limits. Danny Lynn, I'm telling you nothing off limits. I'm gonna talk about his mama, his kids, the dog, the cat, the mouse, the house, the grandma, his dead people, his uncles, his this, nothing off limits. You know what I'm saying? In war, nothing off limits. So now remember, Ben said that. So to me, when people open their mouth and say, when I'm at war with you, nothing's off limits, then that means whoever you at war with decided nothing's off limits with you. So let's leave that there. So one day, Sammy is almost like telling her who his enemies are. So to me, it's my opinion. So that he could stop sending up Tremaine, Cleo, you know what I'm saying, up here to Wolf at all these people to come talk about it. She like, I'll tell you who my enemies are. So one of the people she named who get on her nerves is Nomad. Now, if we rewind back in Nomad, he comes from his hatred from Denai. So he was Denot's biggest enemy. They were arch enemies. And so anywhere Denot, when he came in and let you know, oh, you like Denot? I can't believe you over here accepting Denot. You had Denot on your platform? I can't believe you over here. So we all know who he is. Period. So you know when he get on something, and then we watched him. Hey, when he thought that Sip said something about his daughter, he came all on, get it off your chest every time they got into it. You know what I mean? And everybody like, he didn't say that. That's not what he said. So we already know. We all know his kid is young. Before he ever got into it with Ben. Anybody who's been over here, including Sammy, knows the kid is young. Okay? He come up there. Now, Nomad and Sammy end up getting to it the first time he come up on Ben's channel. He come up there, and Ben lets Nomad and Sammy go back and forth. And then when Nomad goes down, Ben's like, I still like Nomad. Y'all go subscribe to him. And I'm thinking, what man would, one, let a man come in here and argue with his chick while her man is sitting here? That's like if a man was getting into it with another man and your woman was taken up while the man... What? Most men would tell their woman, hey, slow down. I got this, you know. But no, he didn't. He let him cuss her out. He let her call her all kind of names, say she was this, she was that. Anyway. So in that, they say cool. So then Nomad comes back once or twice, I think. He comes back again for it. But somehow in that, finally Ben decides to get into it with him because he's messy. Ben is messy. He wants to start arguments. He wants to see people fight. He wants to know you'll fight for him and all this, but don't fight against him. But he want to see that rah-rah in you. So finally they fall out. Now he talking all this about Nomad, you know, he gonna get booty woo, wah, wah, wah. So Nomad, see, I don't watch all the Nomads, but Nomad said, you know, what he said about, now I did see that Nomad did say, like, F your mama. You know, this and they arguing. F your mama and this and that. Oh, his mama dead. Blah, blah, blah. He doing this. But remember, you talking about people, kids and stuff. You said it before you ever got into a Nomads. When you argue, you talk about mamas, kids, the dog, their wife. You said this. So don't tell me if somebody say your mama that you like, what? What? It don't go like that. Nowhere. In no world. So he says it. People start bringing it up. Really, everybody didn't get on it like this time, including myself. I didn't even mention it when he did it the first time. Danny did. Danny came out, said it like, oh, why is he talking about kids? And then he got deeper in his going off because now he the things he said about Danny were disgusting, regardless if they were about Danny. If he said them about Sweet Potato, if he said them about me, if he said them about any woman, it was wrong. To say you want to watch a woman get hard is disgusting in any form. To go to that extreme to talk about a woman is just like, wait, where's your respect for women? Anyway, long story short, he does that. But recently he came and did it again. So he got canceled the first time for doing this. These comments in his statement got his whole channel taken down. So for him to even act like he doesn't know the power. And here's one thing you got to understand. I want everybody to understand this. I had to say this when Rio lost his channel. I've said this when several people have lost their channel. If people complain on you, they can't get the channel down. YouTube can see the violation and decide it's worthy of taking your channel down. That's who decides. So your action. So all you people who let people come on your panel and do their thizzle, you're a fool. You're a fool because if you're playing, if somebody gets a video banned and you play it, why? Why would I threaten my stuff for them without cleaning up? It'd be so many bleeps in it. I might as well tell you what they said rather than put that trash to my channel. So anyway, he does it. In between this, Sammy makes these statements like this a dude you should be rocking for. Like, don't get me wrong. For my king, I am his queen. He go to war, we in war together. Definitely. But there will never be a day that if a man leaves me stranded, I'm going to sink with him. You know what I mean? Him and Rich got into what we gonna call a fake argument on Sammy channel. But even though I'm gonna call it a fake argument, because then the next day Rich was on his panel and they were hee-hawing and laughing. And Rich defends him like he's a good guy. But my thing with that is some of the stuff Rich said to him, how come you weren't as mad as you were about Nomad? He said your son was gonna be gay. He said all kind of stuff that if this was a script, he felt some of this stuff because you could hear it in when he was saying it to you. That how you just getting to know your son now. And here's what I think. I think Ben is with his baby mama. I think that the person, because in several of his lives, and this is me, not what people have said, and y'all know Danny is the clip queen. Some of these things that some of these people, like especially Derry Vet and AT2 be saying, I got the actual videos, the pieces where it shows different than what y'all saying. But see, I know y'all love Strikegate. But see, we know I'm not making it up. And there'll come points when I do it the way where you can't stop. That's anything I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it decently and in order. But especially on here, I got the most discipline on here. But he was doing disgusting stuff. Like I said, Sammy is going off. Then it's because they're so jealous. Somebody's a girl, right? You know that saying when they say, are they laughing at you or with you? Them two different things. And I did a music thing with Sammy over there with Tennessee. And right now I want to say this. I ain't got shit against Sammy. I don't. I actually feel bad because when I think of Sammy, I think of the first time I saw Sammy, she was over there with Kim and Kimmy Love. And when I seen her, I said, damn, she rocked for Kimmy, because she be rocking for people. I mean, she came over there and went off on Jag, on Get It Off Your Chest for Kimmy. Before Kimmy got there, Sammy was there, getting in. But I also knew she was too opinionated. She would throw out her opinion too much. Cut Kimmy off when she was talking. I said, what's coming? Then Kimmy just started checking her. She would be talking to her like she was a peon. I felt sorry for her. Then they started this. She was a greeter at Walmart. I didn't even know where that came from. But they started that. They started all these names about it. Then I felt bad because I'm like, at least she shows herself. Because if y'all seeing her as a greeter, y'all mean she had showed herself. You know what I'm saying? And most of these people, they talk behind the keyboard. They perfect because they can type perfection. Not because any of the things they saying are true. So when Sammy started her channel, I've watched her. I'm leaving the T sector. I'm leaving this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. And then she'll start it, and then she'll go right back into this stuff. When she was doing the interview, she let you let all these other people. So there was a part of me would be like, Ben see your weakness. So he's saying he's trying to strengthen you. But what he's trying to strengthen you is into a warrior that you're not. Now, does that mean you're not somebody who'll go off? You're not somebody who'll cut somebody out. You might be a fight or whatever that. But you not this rah-rah chick. Nothing about you is saying that. And you're not so secure that these words don't hurt you because we've all seen you continue to bring up the names they've called you. And when it comes to your son, I'm going to say the same thing about your son I say about any of these people's kids. He should be off limits completely. He really should. But I do know on the internet, if we bring someone on, people going to give their opinion, whether that be right or wrong. I do know that. So I'm never going to be okay with it. And two wrongs ain't going to make a right. So you can't ever say, oh, he talked about my son. And then, ladies, stop hanging with people that shitted on you in a way that you say you too much of a queen to take. Somebody shit on your kids, they can't be my friend. Yeah, I can forgive them so I can move on. But me and them kicking it, collabing, talking, sharing each other's shit, none of that shit gonna ever happen. Never, because I know where your core is. I know the foundation of what you feel about me, and I'm good with that. You don't gotta like me. Cree Cree, I didn't see you. Says how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Anybody else I missed? How you doing? How you doing? But anyway, and so this dude being anyway, he's just messy and disgusting. And one of the things that I think makes me madder than what he is, because there's many men like him all over the internet, a bunch of them, and I don't want to see any of them around. But I am madder at the women who this is okay with them. It's okay with you. This is who we entertain, and this is I'm gonna be his head mod. I'm gonna be the woman that he could sit and talk about my coochie, my body. In what world can a man I don't know ask me about who I'm sleeping with, whether I'm pregnant or not? And in what world does a woman who messing with a man sit there while he does it? What man that get on the internet? This man got on the internet, y'all, and told us he going to school to get his LPN. What man tell us that then even make a joke or a roast about sleeping with a little girl? Or say that he want to watch somebody get hard or want people to watch it. I wouldn't trust him around people who couldn't speak for themselves. Because what if his thoughts, you think that way? I don't think like that. Ugh. I could think of some hateful stuff to say to people and it won't involve children or, and I can even leave 187 out of it. I think I'd take a bunch of life threats over this. Because trust me, it take a lot for me to be like, whoa, this is dark. You're dark for this. Then he started being like, the baby 21, who told you that? Who said that? I ain't heard that. And I watch everybody. See, I don't watch clips. I'm watching everybody. And then when it comes to like Danny, one, I've already given the story. When it comes to Danny, I've had people, just last year, Dear Yvette was sending people stuff, making them think that a text from me was Danny Robertson. So people like to take the Robertson, Danny, and make it one person. But my thing about Danny is Danny came in as an Avenger. She came in pulling out shit, doing this, doing that. So to be sitting here years later acting like that ain't what she do, I'd be, what? That's what she do. But she got more balls than half the people that want to speak up. Does this mean I agree with everything? Hell no. Who agrees with everything somebody do? I just think she speak up more than most of these people. And half the people that hate her, I've watched them cheerlead for her. And then people she don't dislike, I still got mad respect for her. Because I don't put the two the same. I'm not here for somebody else. I'm here for what I think. How I feel. That's it. But like I said, it's just some people I wanted to talk about. That was one of them. Ben was one of them. Jen was one of them. These are people. Heidi was one of them. These are people I wanted to talk about. Because like I said, most of these people come on here and they got so many opinions. Even, like I said, even with the Ben stuff. People mad because people got opinion. That's what you do when you watch stuff. When we talk about celebrities, what do you think we know them personally? But we have an opinion. There's a whole Chrisean Rock sector to talk about her parenting. When this whole 187 that right now she being affiliated to is what everybody should have been talking about from the beginning. Because I remember when it happened. And it was just, it's a lot. Because I used to see when I used to watch Chrisean Rock is when she was with Blueface. I remember when she was just a track runner. See, because Danny watches stuff. But like I said, people pick and choose. But there's a whole sector because of that. People gonna do what they want to do. And I let people do them on the internet. And then sometimes when I watch, I talk about things I want to watch. Just like all the stuff you see me put short stuff about. Those things I was watching about a celebrity and I wanted to just do a little clip. I didn't want to do a whole show on them. They got whole communities and people talking about it already. But if I ever decided to do a live and just talk nothing but celebrity talk, I could sit there and do it too. Past and present. But like I said, this dude, we had to start canceling all these people. But Black Tea Sector, as a subscriber, I just got a question. Then why the hell y'all didn't cancel Dear Yvette and AT2? And AT2, you are mad at Tennessee about this putting your video up. Girl, Tennessee, take it down if it's just hurting them that bad. Just take it down because that won't make or break me. And it won't move or groove me. And it still won't change that you came for me. And AT2, once again, if we go backwards, I never disrespected you. You don't got to think about what our beef is. We've never had a beef because I never disrespected you. They say a lot of slick shit out your mouth. You got so many opinions and so many thoughts, but you don't take heed to none of the shit you say. And every heifer you ever brought up in here, 8 out of 10 of them were the messiest bitches over here. Dear Yvette put a whole bag on you and you still kissing her ass and cannot separate from her. You brought in Red Hot label, which once again, I don't have nothing against it, but she scammed fucking people and faked the illness. I mean, every time you bring somebody, you turn your back on them. Damn, Cups of Conversation was cool with you and held by you when most of the chicks turned their back on you because they realized you are fake and phony, and you set up and dogged away. She was like, I didn't even know we had this beat. Come on, baby, bye. You're a mess. And any woman sitting next thinking you're going to build them up is a lie and a fool, and the devil is a lie. Show me the one you built. You can't even build your second channel up. And then that's nothing. AT2 will say stuff about his first channel like, I don't think nobody over there even knows any mess. Your channel was built off of mess. Don't you remember just the whole rumor of that Dear Yvette put out on you gave you a lot of subscribers because it moved your name around. And you said it one day. You actually literally did it live. You used to terrorize. You did that all over there. When you went political, you already were so-called at 70,000 subscribers. So that came off of what? Gossip. Even when he did the celebrity gossip and stuff, at first he was nothing with celebrity gossip, but when he got up with Sherelle, that's what she does. So she got him more involved in doing that. But the reason he's not great at it because it's not really stuff he follows. So he's just taking little clips and reading little stories. He don't really know the whole shabinky. He's not that informed. He's not even that informed about the damn doggone stuff coming on the internet that he's talking about. That's why I'm saying it needs the leaders. Come on. Why cancel them? Dear Yvette done got into it with everybody. Shit. She be talking about don't talk about the kids. She came up on trees and talked about Toxic Diamond's daughter so bad. We didn't even know she was messing with. I ain't gonna say the stuff she said, but it was so bad. I got that whole clip. She don't even have that channel no more. Trees got lost that whole channel. I got that whole clip of you talking from the moment you came up to the moment you dropped down talking about her. I got the clips when you was calling Sammy's son slow. Sammy hadn't even done nothing to you. But just because Tennessee had went to her channel and you was mad. I got videos from 2021 when you talking about Tennessee's kid and having people on your panel talking about Tennessee's kid in a terrible way. I got you talking about Goody's son in 2024. So how you gonna say don't talk about the kids? What kids you talking about? Your kids? You talk about my grandson as if you in yours life. Let me tell y'all something. A grandmother can be what a grandmother can be, but I was a mother to my children. That's all that matters. So whether that was great or not, I raised my children. And I can't make somebody be in my life, and I don't want nobody who'll come in my life and be trashy. Period. I don't give a fuck what you are to me. You can be my child. That's just keeping it a buck with you. But you got a whole opinion about that, like you know the whole story. And I came on here and told the story, and you still telling a whole nother story. You still rooting for me to do something. Go root into your grandson life. Why you worried about man? I'm like, I got 3 grandsons. She talking about 1. But that's just how informed she is that she can't even have a conversation about me because she don't know what I got. She don't fully know. She know what I told her, what she thinks she know. And when I say what I told her, I'm talking about what I told y'all on the internet because me and her didn't talk like that. But like I said, so she done bully kids. All she do is degrade women talking about them. And then she steal everybody's everything. That little noise she make, she stole that from Val. Val do that. When Val saying something deep, she do that like a preacher. She do that now too. Like I said, even when she called Sammy girl, y'all go back to 2022 when I girled her to death. She's a biter. But like I said, dear Yvette, in 48 hours, my channel does the numbers your channel has done in its existence. We ain't in the same boat. But I don't need to down you. I want to see everybody do their best. And I could do better. I can do better. But here's something I can tell you. I can do shorts, nothing else. And if I consistently do shorts and they hit, because sometimes it hit, and sometimes it don't hit. But it can hit. But I know this for a fact. I can do $1,000 check on shorts alone. So at the end of the night, sweetie, I didn't come on here to make any of you all take care of me. Take any story you got and I proved it. Hey, they came with PayPal gate on me. What I say? Oh, let me show them that I ain't even got to touch none of this. I ain't got none of this. Stop acting like something's going on. It's not. I'm never going to set a goal of what y'all need to give me. I literally just put my membership down to $1.99 because I'm actually about to really get into my membership. And I want it to be for anyone who want to support it like that, because soon my lives will only be over there because I want to give members something like on a consistent basis. Like I'll definitely go live once, twice a week over there. But like I said, other than that, I told y'all what I came here to do is prove how can I make money in uploads and lives and shorts, but I got to learn how to work them all. So I've taken this time to work on my editing skills. I've also taken this time to work on me and to watch how some of these people will never change. They came to do that. So even when I hear like Val saying she want to change the Black tea sector, don't. That's the sector they made. Make it what it is. Make your own sector. Because then the foundation it was built on is what you really stand for. But if you don't, and you build it off what it already had something there, a foundation, don't be mad if it keeps going back to what it is. Just like some of these people be like, I don't want to deal with the Black tea sector, but I still want its subscribers. I still want to mention what I want to mention, so you want to deal with it. You want to be fully invested. But one thing people can say about me, I'm not sitting around here being messy. I ain't going from place to place trying to start something. And I guarantee sometimes I hear these content creators and I think I know more than they know about it. I know more than they know about it. They talking about it, but they don't even know the full story. Because if they did, they wouldn't be defending that person like that. Because they've done exactly what they're saying. Yeah, like I said, some of them are just trash bags. And like I said, when it comes to AT2 and Dear Yvette, I don't dislike AT2 like I do Dear Yvette. What I don't like about AT2, and I've said this more than once, AT2 is terrible to women. He is, he's like Tyler Perry to me. When I say this, I want people to hear me all the way out. Tyler Perry talks as if he loves women, the great things women did. They made him, they this, they that. But really, he has this scar against women because when he was attacked when he was young, he feel like they didn't protect him. So this is my opinion, that puts this thing in him where you see it, but we don't pay attention to it. So in every movie, the woman is bitter, angry, taking an abusive man. She's she got to be healed. And guess who's going to heal her? A man. He going to make it all better. She ain't going to just heal. Some man's going to come along to give her worth, to show her value. So I can tell, 50 Cent, I can tell what you think about women because every time I see a character with a woman, she always will do the worst things. Turn on her kids, turn on her husband, murk the baby daddy. You'd be like, God dang, what do you really think of women? Because when it comes out in expression, you show me. That's why I try to make sure on here I let it be known. I respect real men. And by real men, I'm not talking about who you sleep with. I'm talking about a real man that I know. When real men around, if some shitty man come into a room, you know a real man is going to stand up even if he don't know you. So he might get a little closer because he thinking, wait, feel like that dude is kind of following you. Because a real man is here to protect the queens. Not just his. The women. So real men. Real men are not going gossiping on the phone with a bunch of chicks to go argue with a bunch of chicks and what chick they gonna go off and then some chick gave them. That ain't real man shit. So some of y'all think because a man's not gay, he's such a real man. No, he's not. Real men are not sitting around cackling with chicks all day about other chicks, punani and all this. They aren't. They cackling with each other because men gossip. They do. Men gossip. They do. So I'm not gonna take gossiping from men because I used to tell my men, some of my buddies sometimes, like, "Hey, I thought hanging with dudes we wouldn't gossip this much, but y'all tell everything. Who you slept with? They gossip. They do. They talk too much. They do. That's why they say you go in a barbershop. Oh Lord, they talk too much. But they definitely ain't sitting up with some women like, what's she saying? Wait, hold on. That's what Ben would do. He would come on there and be like, oh, didn't you do this? Didn't you flatline? Didn't you do this? Gossip you got from some chicks? But yeah, Black Tea Sector, I'm definitely gonna always be a subscriber to the mass. I'm never gonna be subscribed to Ben. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I don't have nothing against Sammy, but when Sammy made that, when she made the F the 8-year-old, I thought that was dumb. Because why am I saying F the 8-year-old? I don't care if 8-year-old is bad. 8-year-old bad murder somebody, and I ain't gonna be like F that 8-year-old. I'm gonna be like, who raised this 8-year-old? So we could be saying fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I should take it. But when she said you was just effing since you was fat, that bothered me. Because we live in a society that would truly, 20 years later, really be attacking a chick about being in having relations at 5, but that's unconsensual. No 5-year-old, no matter what you did, she could have already been touched. No 5-year-old just walking up like, hey, give it to me. Hold on, let me get ready. You want me to pop it, drop it? No. And if they are, then they have been tortured, groomed. And as an adult, as someone who coming on here, as a mother of a child, who if someone was in his presence and they knew that they could take advantage of him, and they would, that's what we're okaying. Because someone was in the presence of that 5-year-old and took advantage, if that be a true story. Just like if it was an 8-year-old, 9-year-old. You know, so like I said, as adults, sometimes we gotta be like, why would I even be saying that? Am I gonna come on here and be like, oh yes, Trees is super mom? Hell no. Am I gonna come on here and say she's a stand-up? Hell no. But I'm also not gonna come on here and do 3 things. I'm not gonna never talk about her deceased grandchildren in a negative flow. I'm never gonna down her daughters for being messed up for what they've been through. And I'm never going to make jokes about any essay that was done to her or any other woman, period. No matter how I feel about them. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. So 2 things can be right at the same time. See, like I said, I know I could roast with the best of them if that's what I wanted to do. But I'm so grown, I pick and choose my battles. I'm so grown that I refuse to be like the crowd. And I'm so grown that I can keep observing and before not just reacting off of one thing. So I'm saying, wait, let's see what happens next. Let me see what they do next. Then I watch and I'm like, these people don't care. And honey, I would care. Let me tell you something. This is a true story. So like I tell you, I hang with a lot of fellas. I remember one day, this girl came over so I could braid her hair. And she had her little daughter. And her daughter was this little juicy, chunky little baby, cheeks and stuff. And this man, this grown man, said to the little girl, if you was grown, I'd date you. When I tell you before I could open my mouth to check them, the dudes in the room went bananas. They went berserk. And I zipped my lips, so let the men handle that. But the woman in me thought, why were you even thinking about dating this 2-year-old? Why did that cross your mind? I don't see some 13-year-old boy, he could be as fine as frog legs. And I'm like, honey, 5 years from now, call me so we can get. Never. Hey, little boy. Hey, no. No. To me, a 21-year-old is a child. As far as messing with me. I know when I was 21, I was still had a lot of growing up to do. So why would I be messing with a child? But like I said, so I think about what people say, like, wait, what made you say that? When my buddies used to say back in the day, man, I was sleeping with my girlfriend if she was pregnant. They say, I was sleeping with my girlfriend, put dents in my baby's head. I say, that's how dumb you are. A baby's head ain't down till they coming out. They in a whole sack. So that once again, even if we talk about stuff, but why are you even thinking like that? What I think I don't even want to sleep with you if that's what I'm thinking. Then when I put up my video a couple days ago, y'all, somebody came in my chat and said, so you okay with somebody saying that a pregnant woman had relations with a man that she wasn't pregnant by? What people do with their body is what they do with their body, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge them for it. But here's what I'm gonna tell you: it's a lot of women who that same man that they was having relations with while they were pregnant that ain't the baby father. That's the same man raising that child forever. So don't think that statement could go anywhere you want it to go. So stop thinking every woman that's pregnant is sleeping. How you know? When you see a pregnant woman walking down the street with a man, do you stop and ask, is that your baby? Because once again, in the real world, people will check you. Because here's something I learned. And I learned certain races love to do it the most. These be their stepkids, but we'll be saying he the father. He might be the father of that younger one, the youngest one, but the other ones ain't his kids. But he's a father to him. So like I said, but people pick and choose the battle. You more offended because I said a pregnant woman made a choice to sleep with somebody else other than the man she was pregnant by, and they got mad. Like I said, she was out prostituting. But you not mad that a man said, do you feed your baby to a pregnant woman that wasn't a pregnant woman that he's got pregnant? Because then he should be talking to her like that. And I think she'd go off. Feed him what? Since the only thing you're talking about putting in me is your privates, what am I feeding the baby? That's why it's disgusting. Like, real talk. Like, I mean, come on, y'all. Like, see, it's a lot of people on here who know how to type like they know it, or they down, or they hip, or they hopping, whatever you want to call it, but they're not. Because common sense will tell you that don't even make sense. Common sense to say, my man shouldn't be talking about nobody coochie or asking about nobody coochie in my presence or behind my back. Because how would my man look? Ben got mad at Sammy about that whole, what's the dude's name? Something the Wise. Ralph the Wise, because Ralph the Wise came up on her channel. Here's my thing. I watched the day before Ralph the Wise came up on Sammy's channel. Sammy was doing a morning live, because she always a little early morning lives, and I get up early in the morning, so when she live, I catch them. But she went live, and Ralph the Wise came in our chat, and she got excited. Not him getting excited. She got excited. And she said later on she was going to be doing this thing, because this is when she so-called broke up with Ben. You know, when they was giving us that play. And she said she was going to go live later on, and he should come by. I think it was like the next day. Let's just say it was later on that night. But she told him to come by. So anyway, she's live. They talking, whatever. He comes up. When he comes up, you know, she's asking him questions about relation. What do you think about like this or this? You know, she's saying stuff like this. All right. At one point, he's pulling up his shirt, showing off his ass once again, because these men come around like, look at all these desperate women. Let me pull up my shirt. Let me grab on my, whatever they're going to do. But it just be the weirdest stuff. And you be like, okay, did I walk in Chippendales? I mean, they not that bad on me when I'm walking through Vegas. That y'all be coming in here. But anyway, when you know, real women wouldn't take that kind of you coming at them like that. But anyway, so Ralph the Wise there, Ben comes to our chat. Ben is basically treating Sammy. He's talking to her like he owned her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard this man literally tell her to say something, she say it. To do something, she do it. When he had a problem with, like, one day, I'm going to go around the board, but these are all cases where I'm like, girl, stand up as a woman. Stand up as a woman. Because here's the thing. I don't know Chance's father, but here's something we know. Chance's father is in his life. So he's doing a part. There's some men and they aren't doing anything. Chance ain't gonna say I didn't know who my daddy was for years, because he knows who his father is. You know what I'm saying? So, and he got doxxed and you didn't go this hard. You was like, he don't care, I don't care. He said he don't mind, I don't mind. Did you go for Ben and defending Ben? And you got more longevity there. But anyway, Ben is up there kind of disrespecting her, and no one's saying anything. No one in this panel is saying, like, hey, Sammy, drop dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is he coming over here controlling your shit? And Ralph says it, like, you basically sound like a weak dude. Nothing about you sound alpha. The next thing you know, later on, because this pissed him off, being off. And Sammy liked it because she wanted to make Ben feel how she feel when she's on his panel, and all these women that she feel like him in a certain kind of way, even if they don't. But she feels this, and that he protects them. So now here was this dude protecting her, and she liked that. So later, being like this, like a week later or whatever, being still mad about it. He's still talking about, man, that dude Ralph came up there disrespecting me. Ralph didn't come up there disrespecting. He came pushing up on Sammy. He was never flirting with Sammy. Now Sammy says he sent her some text like good morning or whatever. That might have been flirty. But on the thing, he never flirted. Actually, Sammy got excited. He came over there. And then he said something, and she could have stopped him. She could have told him, hey, you know what? Stay out of this. Just leave it between us. It's her panel. She could have dropped everybody and said, here, Ben, just me and you could talk. It's her panel. She didn't, because she didn't want to. So later, then he calls out Ralph. Ralph pulls up. When Ralph pulls up, they keep making reference like Ralph wanted Sammy. So then Ralph goes to this whole Sammy's a two, all this shit. I don't even know why they did that, because once again, in every situation, the person who got degraded was Sammy. Sammy was dogged out. Sammy was talked about. Sammy's son was talked about. Sammy's parenting was talked about. Imitating her son's voice was made up. So she was the one getting dogged. Nobody was dogging Ben. And then if anybody said anything about Ben, it's always somebody to come cut it off. Don't you say that. He's not like that. I'm on his team. I don't care what you say about him. You don't know him like that. He's been talking like that. That's who he is. That's just what he is. He's a man. I don't want to control a man, but I don't want a man that can't be controlled by himself. And see, when alcohol, drugs, anger controls us, then we have lost control. So a man that can't control him is a man that I got to let grow up. That's what I tell people. I'm a queen, so I need a king. Don't want to make one? I ain't building a bear. And I don't want him to build me. I don't need him to tell me how to love him, or how to love, how to be good, how to not disrespect him by talking about my ex-man and his pinky and his dinky and his... But yeah, like I said, I've even heard him in the background, whole woman in his background. And then one day he told Danny Lynn, how you know I wasn't clapping her booty while I was sleeping with him? He could have been. Because think about it. Unless she was doing a strip dance, why would he have been just smacking her butt over and over again while he's on live? But since he has this sick, sadistic mind, he would do something where we could hear it while you got Sammy up there. Also, there were times when he'd be saying something like, you know, oh, son, I love you, or something like that. Or, oh, no, you know, I'll come over there for this or that. And then you hear the person in the background like, whoa, or wait. And then he'd mute it. And the reason he got to keep me, or even the thing where, recently, oh, my son needed his physical stuff. I'm going to call his mama. I'm on the phone with his mama. Oh, now she about to fax it to them. But now she's sending it to me. She just texted to me. She ain't texted to you. She's in the house with you. You said your son got mad at you. He said this because y'all don't listen. Y'all only listen for the BS. He literally said on one of them lives that his son is mad at him because he won't marry his mother. That he won't. Now, your son old enough, you say, what, like 16? Your son old enough to know if y'all not together and he didn't even know you for years because you didn't even know he existed, that it probably would be hard for y'all to form a relationship, let alone get married, right? Because you're with your baby mama. You have a chick. I know a man with a chick. He got a chick. And he tells her, this all acting on here. I'm playing games with these people. He has a chick, though. He has a chick. And then he said that day to Danny Lynn, trust me, if I come on here, she going to say anything I tell her to say. She going to do it. What chick would do that for you? And so this woman kept a baby from you, then gave it to you and gave you full custody. You got custody, but you ain't got the paperwork. She still take him to the doctor. Huh? What? Come again. Okay. 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 We ain't never gonna get the camera on. Because then we're gonna see him at home with his family. Okay? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Then this dude don't even got enough sense that he came on here after you done got your channel taken off, after you know people are catching you for what you said. They not going to YouTube and saying, I just don't like him because he was Sammy and he the most hated. They're saying, hey, listen to this. And YouTube is saying, wait, whoa. What did he just say on here? Did he just say somebody needs to get art? Did he just say he's sticking a dump in somebody's mouth? Oh, okay. Okay. And they made a decision. So go call them and get mad at them. No, he ain't turning on that camera. He ain't turning on that camera. And like I said, he ain't even being honest with y'all. And then don't y'all know it's blasphemy to call God into a room of chaos and confusion? And this is why people don't believe in God, because people playing with him. His name ain't confusion. Ain't nothing confusing about God. Ain't nothing he orchestrating this confusing. Where you like, do he like Sammy or Downey? Do he got a back of Downey? He don't. He ain't never had a back. And then Sammy, you wonder why people on here deny, oh yeah, you said just slap with him. No, what you did say, dog, is you said he can't take back eating his coochie. But I'm being nice. But you said he can't take that back. And everybody was like, wait, so y'all got in the car and you let this dude eat your coochie? And a man is just eating coochie on a chick he don't even know. No test results from the internet. And I hope you ain't kissing. Because I just think a dude going down, happy ending me, and I just met him the first time, he happy ending everybody. He probably eat butt. Okay? Just keeping it a buck. So y'all want to play with people. Y'all want to tell them your opinions because you don't like them. No, I want to keep it a buck with you so you ain't out here looking foolish. I'm not going to look foolish because I'm never going to come on here with a man who's going to talk to me like that. And if I messed with a man who talked to me like that, I'd come on here and tell y'all like, hey, girl, let me tell y'all something. He ain't got respect for nobody, including me. But this is what I love about him. See, I'm woman enough to do that. But I'm never going to sit with no man and be like, oh, girl, when he talking that perverted child that's saying, girl, he just be playing. Girl, I ain't never gonna say that. I ain't never gonna say, girl, when he say he'll argue and he want people to watch, girl, he is just playing. Go get you some. You must ain't had none. That's why you so offended. What? This has never been me. And then you be doing it in front of your shorty. And we know it because there's been times when you going off and your shorty just starts talking. And I'm like, God is the author of this confusion? He's not. He's not. All parents done said something in front of their kids they shouldn't have. So I'm not judging you on that, but I'm just saying, like, and what man would do that? He wouldn't know my child. He wouldn't know my child. I had a rule with my kids. I could know you, you might never know my kids. And here's the thing, I'm not even talking to you about their names. How about that? And that don't mean it's somebody I could have messed with and slept with. We might not go nowhere. But until I know we going somewhere, you not knowing my kids. You ain't talking to them on the phone. You ain't howdy doing them. I ain't telling you about nothing they need because I don't want you to even think to do it. Let alone be on the phone while we on a live where you talking about booty holes and duty does and diggy dots and cheeky chots. And then my shorty in there, hey. Oh, no, my shorty ain't. Oh, no, my shorty ain't. And like I said, the difference between most is you can say whatever you want. Like I said, I wasn't a perfect parent because ain't no one out here. Or at least I could admit that. But I would damn sure went on the internet doing this shit. Wasn't a dad. And my kids are grown. So whatever they doing, they like this. They grown ass life. Just like I'm somebody grown kid doing in my life what I'm going to do as an adult. I ain't got no little kids in the background while I'm sitting around for hours and I'm talking about other people for hours. I ain't got no kids. If I wanted to get on here right now and stay on this mofo to midnight, I could. If I wanted to, I don't want to. It would have to be something powerful that we were just in such a deep discussion. I just lost time. And most of the people on the internet with an opinion, they doing the stuff they got an opinion about. For real. Let me say hello. I see some people. Steven, how you doing? How you doing? Tenna, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, y'all I'm gonna blame it on my eyes. I'm blaming it on my eyes. Now look, I want y'all to see my eyes. My skin is so beautiful. Anyway, I want y'all to see my eyes. Today has probably been one of the best eye days I've had in a little while. So, and they still a little swollen. But you count the good. This is a pajama jammy jam. I'm counting all the good. But back on these phobias. But yeah, so, like I said, and then people forget. I wasn't shocked when Rich said what he said about off of what Ben said. You know why? Because I remember the first time I heard Rich, he was saying the most egregious shit about Sean's kids. So, and I literally that day I had to grab my chair. I said, Danny, no. Did you just hear that? And are women sitting in the room with this? I let people do them. But that told me what I needed to know then. And then when Sean forgave him, I said, well, hey, only on the internet. Only on the internet do people say, well, that was just a casualty to the war. I really don't mean it. You said it. Say what you need to say. Say what you mean to say. But don't say some other shit. Say that for some other kid. Because once you said it, it's out there. It is out there. I'm telling y'all. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. Because I'm sorry, y'all. I literally just been running my mouth. It's been so much. What's going on? I've been watching so much. Really, I've been really into a lot of documentaries on Netflix, though. Don't mistake it. I've been deep in that. So, but when I watch things that make me laugh, like Dear Yvette and this whole April act, I'm glad you ain't answering, because there's a whole April act girl about to come on about you, even though Dear Yvette couldn't tell us unless she go Google it how you start an act, and none of the stuff she doing is how I get started. But anyway, these people irk my skin. They make my booty itch. It's too much. They just too much. And I'm like, y'all know me. If you know me from the beginning, I'm going to come out and say something. I am. Not because I am the final answer. I am the word. Because I shouldn't have a platform and not be able to speak what I'm thinking. Or feel like, if I come on here and say this person ain't here, they come after me. Girl, they after themselves. They looking for a target. But the difference between me and them, you're never going to have me going to grab links to argue with you to give y'all something to talk about tomorrow so we keep this fight going. I'm never going to argue back and forth on here with somebody for 2-3 years. Like I said, I didn't even do that with Dear Yvette. I just told her when I gave her a year of keeping my name in her mouth. Like I said, even... But I came and told y'all after court, I have roasted Dear Yvette. I've wrote songs on Dear Yvette. I've made up remixes I'm talking about on Dear Yvette. I have called her out on exactly who she is, and a compulsive liar, and nothing she's saying we can buy or believe. And nobody wants it, even on sale or for free. I've done all that, and then in person I saw it, and she became Helen Keller. So what's left for us to do? Nothing. Like I said, any threat that ever came, the very first threat on a live, I still got up. I'm playing Get It Back in Blood to let Dear Yvette know, bitch, I'm not playing. And she's threatening me. She's in my chat threatening me. But she also came and tried to kiss my ass when I got monetized and said we could sit down and talk. We ain't talking about shit. I am a real one. I'm going to show you what a real queen do. A real queen don't do this peasantry shit. Don't do this insecure. See, an insecure me might have done these tangles with you. Why? You think it ain't nothing you got I should be jealous of? Nothing. You talk about how you got businesses, all this stuff going on, but yet you aren't doing nothing. You should be showing us you designing the business. You should be showing us the grind and to get it. You should be doing something. You're not doing anything. And when they tell you to step it up, this woman went after hoes, and she's done this more than once, y'all. Literally, we could go back to 2020 and she going after Mina Bot. She will go after subscribers and tell you how she's gonna dox them or she has their information. But then she'll come on here and tell us she putting a whole act on Tennessee because Tennessee getting people information. Bro, if you don't sit the whole fuck down. What? There ain't nothing she can't say that she don't do. She said she got a copyright on her teeth, y'all. You know what that remind me? That remind me of when Sly 14 Carrot had her tattoos copywritten. So you couldn't show her hand because that was a copyright. It's like, what the? Y'all don't understand law. Like, y'all don't understand the copyright. No copyright is free. So you telling me you went and paid for a copyright on a picture of your dentures? On top of cars. On top of cars. Girl, who do that? She didn't. She didn't. Just like like I said, even when it come with her and Quay, you made up Quay the night before she died. How was y'all so tight? Because she didn't like you. Because remember, Quay was tight with Sparkle. They talked about you on his I got them clips. Spark don't even got that channel no more. Spark been beef sector. Sparkle even moves past you. Sparkle, who couldn't keep. Oh, Lord. Sparkle moved past you. And then Sparkle got that whole beef sector over there. Now they'll roast you to death. You ain't going to go over there and tangle with Sparkle. Please. I cannot. I cannot. Oh, it's a federal civil case. Hey, dear Yvette, go look in your TOS. Go see that if you do a federal case and you bring it up, the YouTuber who loses their channel too on YouTube. Go look that up. Go see it about that. If there's a federal case involving this here platform, go ahead. They're not going to play with you. And you're putting up a false case. I mean, it's just fake. I mean, the first person to ever talk about anybody was you talking about how you seen Tennessee. She had this big old camera slip. You know this. She don't take care of kids. You talking about her kids. Da, 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 da. You even had Sparkle. That day Sparkle came up talking about Tennessee kids. Baby doll talked about Tennessee's kids because of you. Tennessee wasn't on her time talking about nothing about you. Then she put up jokes and videos. You got offended. There you go, striking that. Like I said, we all been here for it. Like I said, you talked about, I mean, who hasn't Jerry Vick gotten into it with? Let's just name Black T sector people first. I mean, no matter of fact, we just gonna name them from wherever. We gonna name them from wherever. She done got into it with John Yates, Heidi, Amber. So whether she made up or not, she done got into it with these people. She done got into it with BX Beast Boy. She got into it with Aunt Maria. She has got into it with 90 Day on Blast. She has got into it with AT2. She done got into it with Mina Bot. She done got into it with Cups of Conversation. She done got into it with Rello in August. She done got into it with Evangelist Val. Marcella Says. She done got into it with Princess. She done talked about Monica. She done got into it with Sweet Pea's Diary. She done got into it with VS. She done got into it with Sammy. She done got into it with Jaguar. She done got into it with... She done talk shit about Danny, but Danny really is being nice to her these days. But since we ain't gonna give her that one. She done got into it with Trees. She done got into it with Tennessee. She done got into it with Bossy. She done got into it with Sparkle. She has got into it with Yolanda the Great. She has got into it with Sammy. She has got into it with... Who else, y'all? Come on. Don't. Am I just making these names up? Because some of these people never had a problem with... Like I said, even with Sammy wasn't saying anything about Jerry Vet. And Sammy finally did a live where she was like, I'm so tired of Jerry Vet. Like, what is she doing? She never shitted on Jerry Vet. Like, she never gave her a rah, 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 rah. Never. Never. I mean, we can keep naming them. She got into all these people. Me. Jerry Vet did a live and tried to go in on Dana because Dana laughed in a thing Goody put up because Dana is Goody's mom. Dana, so she came at Dana, and I brought Dana up on my panel because you're not about to come one after anybody in my camp. Two, and you're not gonna disrespect anybody I got respect for like that. And I got mad respect, and I got mad respect for somebody who, let me tell you something, this to every subscriber out here. You have a right to say what you want to say in the comments. Sometimes people aren't gonna agree, and sometimes you're gonna say the wrong thing, and sometimes you're gonna say bad things, but you have a right to type whatever you want. You do. And that doesn't mean you need to come up on a panel and go off. And let me tell you something. Hey, people, you know a messy sector when everybody on StreamYard but got over 1,000 subscribers. Because one, sometimes YouTube ain't gonna monetize them. So they might have all these hours, get all these people in their chat, but they shit is so disgusting, YouTube is never gonna monetize that. But be leery of these StreamYarders, because the people on StreamYard, it's so they can ambush people. It's so they can do messy shit, and it's so they can hide themselves. And that's just actual factuals. So while we all trying to unmask people, it's a lot of people still masked up, and you see them. They are StreamYard vultures. They the reason one day YouTube is not going to allow StreamYard on, and that's going to be a disadvantage for when people are starting a channel and they want a way to go live so that they can connect with other streamers and all that other stuff before they're monetized. I have not used StreamYard in 2 years. So when I even hear people talk about the bill on StreamYard, don't complain about something you choosing to use. Now, here's the thing with StreamYard. If I wanted to, I could use StreamYard if I want to bring somebody up, because I could use the free hours, but I don't want to use StreamYard. I'm not really one for bringing people on my panel, because if I bring you up here, we're going to have a real discussion. You're going to be able to hold yourself, because to give somebody the power that they could just start slipping out their mouth anything that could destroy my platform, I won't give you that. I can't give that out. I won't give that out. And if you think I'm coming to your panel to ever have a shit fest on some nothing ass bitches, it's never going to happen. Because I just don't, I'm not that concerned. I'm not that invested. And I have my own platform where I don't have to be cut off or scream so you can hear me. Or even if I patiently wait for my turn, they're going to talk over me as soon as I say one thing. I'll pass. That's not called a conversation at all. That's called a shit show. So Danny, don't go to shit shows. I watch them. Separate me from the rest. Like I said, there's a crown on this head, whether you see it or not. It exists. And it took a while for me to straighten it out, and I'd be damned if I let anybody let me move it around. Like I said, everything got to do good, bad, or indifferent is royal behavior. Period. Point blank. Yeah, not federal case. Yeah. Okay, no fun. She's a trash bag. Like I said, Dear Yvette is another woman. Came on here, and I said this, go back to my video, when I said this when it first happened. AT2, that woman is putting a chain on you, and I'm going to speak to black people since you're in the black tea sector. Black people will never let you live down. And every time you go somewhere new and that comes up, people aren't going to let you live that down, especially when they see you still talk to the person who started it. And then look, she was on her live, y'all, saying, and AT2, let me tell you something. Me and you both went up on Sweet Pea's. Lies. They didn't go up there together. They didn't. I can tell you the people that were on the live the day Sweet Pea outed this information. Tennessee came up on that panel. Baby Doll was up on that panel. Bossy was up on that panel. Dear Yvette came up and she called Sweet Pea ma'am. But she was talking shit in the chat. And Sweet Pea said, first of all, you older than me. Don't come up here playing with me, Dear Yvette. I'm telling you, Dear Yvette, I will out this shit. I know what you said. She checked you, Dear Yvette. You know who got that clip, don't you? And see, one thing about me, I don't even pass out clips like that. And if I do, I could care less about getting. But there's some gems and jewels that sit in the safe. The safe, waiting. Oh, baby. And I want you to have a federal case. Because, Dear Yvette, when I'm done, they'll have a Dear Yvette Act. Because I can literally, in 30 seconds or less, show them where you said it and did it. You did it. Over the years, called a pattern, baby. And then you did it under the umbrella of being the law. Even worse. But yeah, anyway. So like I said, what was I saying when we got into that? Yeah, please, these trash bags. She's a trash bag. T. Karma says, I was just talking about, hey, baby. Hey, baby. Well, yeah, please. And the difference between me and the rest of them is, like I said, I don't expect everybody to agree with everything I say. I don't expect everybody to be in love with Danny, but I am a Marsha. I am a Marsha, and you know it. And you know it. And I love Marshas. I love the chicks that's that chick. I love the chicks that stand directly in who they are, good, bad, or indifferent. I love the women that show confidence. I remember when I was in a place that in a relationship you went off what you wanted, not what you needed. Because I wanted him so bad, I'd take him how he is, because that's how bad. I know when he wasn't around, I wanted him, so I'd take him. And I would see the women who, when a man didn't give them what they needed, they bounced. They got little. I used to tell my buddy, you ghost them quick, you gone. She yarn on him. That's what I tell you, yarning on him. And I used to think that's a strength, because that means you chose you first. You didn't sit around and neglect yourself, then be mad that somebody neglecting you. You didn't sit around and deny yourself, then be mad that he's denying you. You didn't put you last and wonder why he didn't even put you on a list. So when I seen people with strength, it made me know that that's something I needed to acquire for myself, not to be them, but that I didn't no longer do that. Vila Shay says, how you doing? But that's what I wanted. So like I said, it's easy for me to see a woman and tell me there ain't no security in you. If some woman said and dogged you out, your mama, your dog, your cat, the kids, and then you sitting there with her hee-hawing about some other chick. I know you just doing that so she don't talk about you. I'm never going to be that chick. I don't need validation from a nothing chick. When would I need validation from a chick who say she the law, break the law, go to the law and lose with the law, and then keep lying on the law? Like, there's just too much no's for me. When will I ever be mad at a chick that wore combat boots to a football game? When will I ever be mad at a chick that looked like when she wore a wig, it was almost like if she, instead of a 27-piece, did a 7-piece? I mean, when would I be jealous of a chick that had to get rid of her rocks to put in dentures and then copywritten them? Or when will I be mad at a chick that was engaged to a married man? Or when will I be mad or jealous of a chick that don't know if she like it? You know what? What? She mad at me. She mad at me that she can't be me. She mad at me. I mean, even when she want to go, it's all this, she in the old lady gang. I'm younger than you. She talk like a man. You talk like a drunk man. Rather be a sober man. I think she a lesbian. You lick them low, lover. I made her. Look, David said she made 82, me, Sammy, Dookie, Schmookie, and all these people done things she ain't never did. Whether it was from a play or not, Sammy done touched more numbers in her chat than Jervet's ever seen. 82 is supposed to be your rapper. You was his head mod. You helped get him out of living in his car, all this stuff, but yet he ain't helped you get 2,000 subscribers to add to your people. He ain't never promoted and had you up there to do a whole live where y'all kick the Bobo and show together. And then when it comes to me, like I said, in the last 2 months, I've done 5.2 million views in the last 2 months. 5.2 million views. Now, you might say that's nothing. In the last 28 days, I did 874 subscribers. You might say that's nothing. Last month, I did $700 in shorts, $700 in shorts. So you may say that's nothing, but Dear Yvette, I guarantee it's better than anything you've ever done on this channel. And if tomorrow I lost my channel, you still couldn't touch this. You still couldn't touch this. I got equipment that I could produce a movie on you if I wanted to. I don't break TOS. I'm not violating their terms of service. Now there are things that they're going to say, they need to get together. And I did good today. I ain't cussing like a muscle and nothing. And I'm getting all this out so when we pajama jammy jam, we can just kick the Bobo. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I said, Danny, let's talk about this. And then she'd say, like, in her court system, Maria, how you doing? Says in her court system, they'll say you can't talk about her, you can't speak on her, you can't bring her enemies on your thing because she got a federal case. The Fed's gonna say to you, if you got a federal case, why are you going anywhere she at? As soon as she came in somebody else's chat, that didn't mean you told them that they had to get rid of her. That meant you got rid of yourself. Come on, adult. Come on, adult. And could you imagine this cop who can't say words right talking to you? Dear Yvette reminds me of Damon Wayans' character on In Living Color. You know, the one that was in jail and be like, I would like to procreate while I masturbate because I can't relate if I wait. That's her. That's her. She be on. I mean, like I said, she was threatening Potter. The only reason I know Potter is because one minute she was kissing Potter's butt. Now Potter's a man or woman, black, white. She say they in the UK, but she making Australian jokes toward them. And I'm like, could you get your countries together? Like, this chick, Black Tea Sector, let her go. Y'all talk about letting go. Let her go. How'd y'all let her in? And then I seen List and she was all on it. What has she done for the Black Tea Sector? She can't name you people and how they beefs was. Subscribers know more than she know. I'm talking about subscribers just came in last year. They came with the Jaguar stuff 2-3 years ago. They could tell you more. They could tell you more. Tremaine and Cleo used to watch. They know where Dear Yvette come from. Dear Yvette called her twin T-Spiracy, and T-Spiracy ain't even in the John Yates sector. She just connected because people from her sector came over to Muzz, came over to the John Yates sector, and she was like, hey, wait, what you doing over here, sucker? We following you. Man, I could use story time. I could give y'all some stories about this YouTube in different places. Because I be everywhere. I be everywhere. And I don't be there because I'm looking to see if somebody's saying my name. And I pay attention to the story. And if you're talking about something, I might go see what they had to say about their side of the story. I might. It don't mean I'm a fan. I'm not cheerleading. People know I don't even sign memberships, none of that stuff. Because then I can't go be everybody member. And that's why I don't do it. Because I don't have favoritism. Around here, people are your member because you they flunky. And I don't want that. You own them because they your member. You're like, that's not what membership's about. It's not. Yes, cancel. And Tennessee, you were here early. I said you go tell AT2, let it go. Stop being mad at you about that video with me. And you tell him. You tell him Danny said that. You tell him Danny said. AT2, you know we didn't have no beef. What did we get into it about? Nothing. You were mad because I still was with Dear Yvette after she said what she said about you. You was mad because I went over by Rio when Rio was saying what he was saying about you. You were mad because that's what you were mad about. Then when you got up with Sherelle and them, you were mad because at the time I had a problem with them because they had a problem with me. And I didn't have no problem. I just felt like they was cultish. I used to love them. It's one of Perry's first subscribers. I used to have mad respect and love for them. But it got a little culty over there. I've said this. I've had this conversation already before. Been there, done that. And so, yeah. No. We never had a problem. Fell out about what? Oh, but I do remember when you told me one day you wanted me to come on your channel and talk because you want to talk to black people who let the white people influence them. That sounds like you. That ain't me. I'm black and proud. I'm a queen, baby. I know we come from loyalty. And I love my people good, bad, or indifferent. I do things for them. I stand for them. And it's proud over here. I'm black and proud. But you keep questioning my black and you and Dear Yvette. And I'm like, why? Because the only one ever tap danced around here is y'all. The only one that ever sat with people who white-faced was y'all. The only one who ever thought white was right was y'all. Wasn't me. So that's why I say, we ain't got no problem. But you're not going to disrespect me and think I ain't got jokes on you. You got plenty of jokes, bruh. You got plenty of jokes. The biggest joke is you still cool with Dear Yvette. And for me, I'm never going to have respect for you because it makes me kind of believe what she said. Because we all know who started it. And the day Dear Yvette tried to take me to court, baby, you're not. I literally got a 5-minute video sitting together that literally clipped you over the years of the most that you said on this platform. Where's your clips on me? What you gonna say? Our call comes and you have us bitches? I ain't dox nobody. I did a whole lot. We ain't gonna keep going over this. I got to keep defending myself, especially to somebody who do what she talking about. Dear Yvette dox people. You know how many times she done came on here and told us she got somebody? If she just told Potter, she know who they are. She literally always says she has people information, but she keep it. Why are you getting people information? Why? For what? And you got to be paying something to be getting these people's information, even if you paying a service. So you paying for people's information. So girl, sit down somewhere. Girl, shut up. Danny don't come on here and do none of that. Like I said, if I spoke about something with somebody's kid on here, I did. It happened. Not I went looking for your kid to talk about them, I'm not going to talk about nobody's disability. My auntie has a learning curve, a bad one. And my auntie is over 60. So she come from a place where back in the day, they used to call you the R word. The teachers, the doctors, everybody. And I will never, because I love her. And I would never disrespect anyone else's loved one with anything going on with them, because I would never let anyone disrespect her. You understand? Like that's the difference. That's the difference between me and these people. I haven't sold my soul. And I've watched people that I let into my work, because I don't let people in easy. And then don't get me wrong, because so many betrayed, I've closed the doors on letting a lot of people in. Because I see on here is people looking for the day to turn on you, looking for the thing to so-called take you down. I don't know. But they don't take down pedophiles. They don't take down womenizers. They don't take down racists. They don't take down none of that. But everybody else they got to take down. I don't get that. John done left again. How he still around? For how long? Is George bad? Hell yeah, he John the black version. But they'll take him down before they take John down. He don't even see that. You sitting in the belly of the beast of people who don't even like you. But that's your loss, not mine. That's your fool, not me. But then people come on here and the only people they want to use is the subscribers. Oh, why don't y'all send me some money? Why don't y'all send me this? Hey, I need 20 here. Hey, y'all cash at me, y'all. I need to go to the store. I need to go get something to eat. I need to go get the kids some diapers. I need to pay my rent. I need to shimmy and shack. I need to. But they'll say, Danny came on here to drip. I ain't coming here to ask y'all for shit. I didn't. I came on here to show you how it's done. I came on here had to show you to be something better and something so bad. But here's something I'm going to tell you. For all the bad that's on YouTube, there's a bigger world of better. There's a bigger world of peace. But what we got to understand as subscribers, even myself, that when you are always in a messy chat, it's because you take yourself there. Ask yourself, how are you feeling about self, that this is all you're doing? Because sometimes I'm watching the mess and I just think, you know what? I'm going to something else. If I want to watch mess, let me go watch some crime documentary. Let me go watch something else. Because this is too dark. Let me go laugh. Because they're not laughing. Then I like to, sometimes when the internet dark, I like to, on the internet, on YouTube, find stuff that make me laugh. So it can remind me that there's more here. And that's what we have to do. Like I said, if you done been to court, put up paperwork, did all this, and the police still ain't done nothing, then you don't have nothing. You don't have a case. Let it go. Let it go. Move on. Move on. But dear Vet ain't gonna move on, because 10, she want to see your face. She want to see you. But not only does she want to see you, she want us all to see you. Just like with Danny. Everybody want to see Danny. Just like with Monica. Everybody wanted to see Monica. So much that they doxed several other people that had nothing to do with Monica. Just to see Monica. Then they saw her. And that shit was over that fast. It was like a quickie, a super quickie. Like, But we forgot all the shit we burned down on the way there. We have a Danny Robertson because of that situation. And she came saying, I can't stand this shit. This whole thing, I'm going to be an app. She said that. She said that. And the thing that's so funny is just like Monica, I think if Danny got seen, she'd still come out. She'd still be here. Even with Monica, just because y'all didn't see her on YouTube, she never left. She's still on Instagram. She's still on social media. Still racking in numbers and everything. And she never left. But the jealousy with people is just so much. It's not even that you want them gone because you think they so bad. Because y'all will sit on a platform and say the worst shit about each other. And then here's the thing I'm going to say in the Black Tea sector. I'm a subscriber. But the reason you're never going to have me feeding in that shit like that, and the reason I'm never going to pump. But see, I don't care what sector you in. If we got beef and I watch your sector, I'm not a hesitate to let it be known I can't stand you. Because that's everywhere I go. I'm wearing that like a tattoo. But in the Black Tea sector, the degradation of women and the upping of men that ain't shit, that's pathetic because the Black Tea sector is women. The majority of it is women. Period. It's women. Why do you think they're trying to send all the men over this? Women and Black women, as unprotected as we are, stop letting yourself be the victim. Stop putting yourself amongst the snakes. Stop letting your value go down so you can continue to stay down. Put your crown on, queen. Stand up and hold your head up high. And if the chicks that represent a place represent something you aren't, make sure that when you over there, you let it be known. Oh, girl, bye. Girl, you want to get sober before you tell me, girl. Oh, girl. I gotta say, oh yeah, Dear Yvette went after Cat Medusa. Ooh, she went after Kai. Who else? Come on. She worried about everybody but herself. She been worried about me though. That's the part y'all don't understand. Here's something y'all don't know. Dear Yvette say she made me. When I was live and we were cool, I was her whole moderator. She never once came into one of my lives. And anybody who know me know when I first came out, I go live every day. Because like I said, that's when you should be using StreamYard as you're building yourself up. Yeah. What? And I didn't care. But girl, stop acting like we was too deep. One thing about me, I'm a boss. So anything I do, I'm going to either do it right or to the best of my ability. So if I'm your mod, then I'm going to rock in your team. Now, I'm not going to be sitting there cheerleading when you saying dumbass shit. But I'm going to be there. It's petit feu, honey. JY left again. And again and again and again. And I thought he got his teeth back, honey. Here's the thing. JY said he had got a job. This is the last I heard of him saying that he had got this great job, the job of a lifetime, honey. Because, honey, these have us get dentures and life changes. Anyway, he said he had the job of a lifetime and he didn't want social media to try to run that. I said to myself, well, I hope they don't type your name in because if you Google his name, bad shit comes up. Racist, petitions, things he said, things he's done, him so drunk and high, he looked disgusting, his teeth missing. Now, this will come up on Google. And some clean pictures of him, but mostly controversy. People that hated him, not loved him. Him being tight with Jeffrey. The stuff that's not good. So, you've made your name a bad name. Just like I said about AT2. I don't care even if you go to 1 million subscribers because you still messing with Dear Yvette, it's still going to come up that somebody started a whole rumor that you was a... And I'm being nice because I just don't want to say the words. I don't even want to say that word no more. And you still mess with them. That's going to make people believe her. I don't believe her. I don't believe it. I think because back then everybody wanted to know if AT2 was gay or straight. But now we know for a fact he's gay because he told us that when he was on Craigslist or whatever he was on, that he was sending pictures of his privates in his profile and stuff to men. So he basically told us, he said, oh, everybody who knew that, baby, we knew it from day one, honey. I knew it and I didn't care. I knew it the day he said he was having these issues with his mama, but he didn't want to get into that. I knew it then. And I didn't care. Who cares? It's 2026. If you care about that, then you should be irate about racism. You should be irate about pedophiles. You should be irate about the medical health system. You should be irate if that got you pissed. Because that could never affect your life. The rest of that shit I just named will. No matter how good you're doing or not. So, like I said, get yourselves together, people. Get yourselves together. I don't get on this internet to make nobody better but me. I'm going to make me better. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. I'm never going to come on here. Hold on, let me bring this dude on here. I know he'll say stuff like women ain't nothing. All these women, if you dark skin, you're ugly. If you did, I would never have someone come on here and do that. I ain't never going to come on here and say white is right and black is wrong. Ever. Because I know statistically every crime that we're held to has been done more by them. I know that. I know that. I know that laws will change so I could check a different. But at the end of the night, I also know all white people ain't bad. Just like I know all black people ain't good. But it don't stand for I am never going to let anyone down black people and think that I don't think they're talking about me. So if you ain't got no love for them, you ain't got no love for me because I'm going to wake up, die, go to sleep, black. Brown, actually. Because there ain't no black people. This is black. My shirt is black. It can't change colors. You don't get light black. There's no such thing as light skinned black. But they'll say it is light skinned blacks because that's how much separation they got in us. Come on, I'm not oppressed. I'm blessed. I am the crown. I am what people come from. Yeah, and even when I was on panels, if they started going into something that I didn't agree with, I made it very clear I wasn't a part of that. And then I'm going to let them do their thing on their channel. That's it. I don't come on panels to gang up on somebody. I don't come on panels to humiliate myself and to degrade somebody else. I got better stuff to do. And I could come over here and just roast and go on about my business. Or I could say nothing about you and still go on about my business. Mm-hmm. And she didn't make me. My parents made me. God made me. But even in my parents' work, God made me. Held me and kept me. In my village, nurtured and watered that baby. And so my graces go to all involved. You understand? But other than that, for some heifer who, like I said, I don't even think she make a bed on a daily basis. I make my bed every time I get out of it. We don't compare. We don't compare to each other. Like I said, this morning I woke up early. Too early to be up at 5:30. That's why y'all got an early laugh at me. But I got up this morning. And at like 7, I just strolling through. Then I decided to go over see what she was doing. I put on one of her lives. At the same time, I dropped 2 shorts. Within 10 minutes, her live was like 13 minutes, I think. By the time her live was over, both them shorts. One was at almost 1,000. The other one was at like, I think 400. I think it's like 400. And it was only had been up for like 15 minutes. Because once again, we ain't the same. We aren't the same. And one thing I understand about this platform is you got to be bigger than a sector. See, I got literally, I don't know what these people think viral is. Viral is every 100,000, you know? And like mega viral is in the millions when you do multiple millions and stuff. But I got videos literally with, like I said, I did 800 fucking subscribers in the last 28 days. Like in the last 28 days. So we just aren't the same. We ain't the same. We ain't the same, sweetie. And it's authentic. Like I said, I move around. I move around. So I've been on another platform and seen my short. You know why? Because I also have, listen, I have a video that has almost 100,000 likes. I have a video that has almost 4,000 shares. Like, we aren't in the same league when it comes to algorithms, when it comes to moving around, showing your own face, being your authentic true self, no matter if people don't think it's pretty, if they don't like my voice, if they don't like my height, if they don't like my weight, it doesn't matter. I can't wait to just be me on here. I can't wait to let the girl who everybody don't think is pretty, or she's too tall, her voice a little deeper, whatever it is, just to be herself. I can't wait to show people that, you know what, being you ain't a bad thing after all. And maybe there was somebody else waiting for you to turn your light on so they could turn theirs on too. So, like I said, while these dungeon dragon heifers want to stay in the dark, I'm never going to be that chick. I speak for the underdog. I tell the sister, grab that crown you done put on the floor and put it on your head. Only person could take your crown is you. And even drunk ass Yvette, she got a crown. She just don't know where she put it. Because if she had any respect for herself, she'd show it. And I haven't seen her show respect for herself, let alone for any other woman on here. Oh, thank you for joining the membership. Oh, thank you for blessing 5 memberships. Thank you. Misinformed, how you doing? You got a membership. Who else got one up in here? Daniela, you got one. Health, wealth, and hope, you got one. You got one. Welcome. Like I said, my membership will really be truly like these concerts I go to, special things I do, special places I go, the first hand on these mukbangs, stuff of that of importance in my life, of the different genres of my life. When I want to talk about these people, I'm going to come right here so it's open to the public. So anyone on this here YouTube can hear about it, honey. Because I want you to know, when you see Judge Shade at court or Dear Yvette, know that in the history of that woman is terrible things. When you see AT2 and you hear that there's a rumor on him with a jacket, no, he's still hanging, or can't even say that the woman who said it. He won't even give him that. Okay, so take it how you want to take it. When you hear that name Ben, know that he's liable to say some stuff about a little girl that I don't want to hear no grown man saying. And he's going to say some things about a woman that no man should allow a man to say about a woman, and no woman should sit around a man who talks about women like that. Any man that want to see me get hard, I don't want to be around him, period. Like, I don't want to be around him. Even he having fantasies about, I don't want to be around him. I don't think that's a man. I think that's half a boy. And I don't even think a little boy would think like that. That's a sick individual to me. That's my opinion. And if my opinion hold that much weight, then that means my light must really shine somewhere, because you really taking it. It's just my opinion. All these are my opinions. They're not the gospel. They're just my opinions. But yeah, like I said, I just came in here because I definitely wanted to do my pajama jam later, but I didn't want to have so much to say about YouTube that my pajama jammy jam became just to talk about YouTube. And also, I have been on here a while, and I don't think I've done a live this long in 2 years. I really don't. In 2 years, I've done maybe a couple of 10-minute lives here and there. But I think, y'all, I've probably in 2 years went live about 12 times. I really have. Like I said, in these last 2 years, I've really been working on my channel. Anybody who know me, even the heifers that turned on me, they know I'm always telling people what you can do to do better. You could do, a short about some of the stuff you're talking about, then do your lives. You can do an upload, but learn to work all these parts. Learn to work it all out. And that's what I'm all about, is trying to figure it out. How to make this big money machine pay out. That's what everybody should be on here. And then also, you really believe in what you think, feel, or stuff, show it. Bring it. It's somebody else who might be waiting for somebody to do that. And you might be the person. So like, do it. And that's what I'm about. Don't give up on yourself. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing that might not work for you, because that might not be you. You know what I mean? And if you get big off the BS, don't be mad when people don't want to see anything else from you, because that's what you gave them. That's what they came for. You know, I'd like to say people come for me because I keep it real, and because real recognize real, and because respect goes both ways, and because I'm true. That's what I would like to believe. You know, at least that's what I tell myself. You know, and I've been a bug. So even when I was just in chats, people know that I'm a bug. And thank you again, Sweet Potato, for the 5 memberships. Like I said, guys, in this journey, we just gonna get better and better, and we're gonna grow, not stay stagnant. These people staying stagnant. Like I said, in 2 years, I went from in 2 years. So from October 2024 to right now where we sitting at, I have went up 5,000 subscribers. I have added 5 million, more than 5 million, but we're gonna say 5 to be nice, because somebody can go fact check it. I want them to see it's more. 5 million views. I have every department you could be in YouTube I'm in. Some of them I just haven't set them up. I haven't set up my merchandise. I haven't, you know what I mean? Some things, so I got to get on top of the things I'm supposed to, branding, all that. I am a partner with in YouTube. YouTube in my things, they definitely let me know that I'm going the right way. I'm in algorithms. I'm in boards where I don't even know they have these little things. I'm like, how did I get there? What did little old me do? And then there's a lot of things I still want to accomplish. One of my goals was, before I hit my 5-year anniversary, I literally wanted to hit 10,000 subscribers. I hit that. And I'm actually about to touch 11,000, it looks like, before I do that. Because in September is when I will hit my 5-year anniversary as a content creator. Because in 2021, September, I started my channel. I became officially, turned it on, and I became an official content creator then. And through that time, I have grown, but I have stayed true to who I am. I have stayed true to the foundation of what this is built on. And I am grateful that when people come in here, they respect that. And it shows more respect for them than they think it does to me. So it makes me respect them more. I promise you it does. And like I said, I'm still humble. I'm still humble, and I'm still, like I said, when I put out a short, or all the sharing, like when people are sharing something you put together. So like I said, yeah, it's the celebrity stuff, but I didn't just take their video and just come play it on my channel. I took a piece that was important and started discussions. And so, like I said, we have things in the chats. And I remember there was days I thought, how does somebody have 66,000 likes? Well, I got a video with 67,000. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's actually more now, likes. So I'm like, whoa, and it feels good. 3,000 shares. That's why I put my brand on everything. So even when you share it, it's me. Danny did it. I'm never scared to show my face. I'm never scared to give my opinion, because, like I said, it's not the gospel. It's just my opinion. And Cat, how you doing, sis? How you doing? But yeah, like I said, guys, I truly just came here because it was so many things, and I was like, oh my God, how can we not talk about this shit in depth? Like, how can we not talk about, oh my goodness, these fair weather flaky heifers, these shady, angry, bitter, how could I not? How could I not? How could I not? And then I like to just look at the situation. Like I said, if your man was doing that, if y'all would be okay with that, that's not your man. Or that's your man. I don't want that to be my man. I don't want no man like that. I'd rather just say I'll sleep with somebody, and who cares if somebody thought about it, if that's what I wanted to do. Then say some man was my man who was making me look like a joke. There's this YouTuber, and he always does his videos with this guy on Instagram. And him and his wife always do these videos, but he always caption the videos by saying stuff like, a man who loves you would never put you in a place to embarrass you. He would only put you in a place to uplift you. Or he'll do like, a man who loves you will always shield you from the rain. You get what I'm saying? In his capabilities. You get what I'm saying? But when I hear that, I think that's true. Because if a man who loved you would let women dog you out, then how would he protect you too? If a man who loved you would set up the table and invite the people to the dinner table to destroy you, That's not the man I want. Because that's the same man that'll send some women to come jump me too, won't he? That's the same man that'll have his dip thinking that she could fight me because he talk about me so bad. I am 46 years old. And I wasn't doing that at 19. I'd be damned. If at 46, I'm going to come on this internet and be like, girl, hold on, baby. That's my king. Hold on, king. What'd you say, king? You want to bring the heifer that you was chasing around the internet and have her come call me a bunch of hoes and ugly bitches? Okay. Bring her. And I'm going to check her for you, boo, because I got you, boo. No. How about this? That heifer never comes on our channel and she get mad about how in love we are and how we growing together and how we uplift each other and how, you know what I'm saying? That's what we would do. But I don't know, queens move different than chicks. We move a lot different. And as a queen, I move like one. And then when I see the fellas, the ones around me, they kings. So even if they bad, they kings. You know what I'm saying? I move with real people. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to get out of here. Today I was thinking about making some salmon, but then I'm tossed because I just made catfish Friday. I made catfish Friday and jasmine rice. And then yesterday, I made nachos. Oh, I'm tossed, y'all. I don't know, but I think it's going to be salmon. One thing about me, I'm going to eat salmon a couple of days a week. I've missed you guys too, sis. I really have. And what pulls me back is I think of when I started my channel, my mental was in a dark place for myself. Not to what I'm going to do to other people, but me, the destruction of me. And when I came in here and I said, I am enough and I'm going to just be me. People came and they gave me them and they gave me love and respect. And so that built the foundation here, and I can never turn my back on that. And I was like, you know what? In finding yourself, you don't forget yourself. So I needed to come back. And then coming back, part of me, y'all know, is giving my opinion because I'm a little opinionated sometimes. But it's just me. It's just me. I don't want to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm trying to save somebody. How to save a life. A girl, please. I think if you in your 40s and you still picking the wrong guy, just be single. Please, Heifer, just be single. Go feel your urges, but be single. Don't keep destroying yourself because nothing destroys a woman more than bad relationships. It just destroys the core of the woman. It just really does. So Jay-Z said best. Once a good girl goes bad, she's gone forever. Mourn forever. You know what I'm saying? Because she loses a piece of her. And then she spends forever trying to find that piece that don't exist no more. I am. I'm doing good. My eyes are good. So my left eye, I've had 2 transplants in my left eye. My left eye gave out last year. So what I have is I'm not going to do a third surgery on this eye because at this point I'm over 40. Your body with a transplant is going to keep rejecting that eye. And then I don't want to reject this one because this eye is great. This eye is 20/20 vision. This eye is great. But this eye, yeah. So, we had the smog, we've had the fireworks, we've had the sun is extra bright, like it got a little closer to the earth. And so I've had some eye issues, but I'm blessed. And even in its worst day, I thank God for the eye I can see out of. Perfectly. So with that side so great, when they both are open, that it feels like they both are good. But then when you close the good, when you realize, oh shit, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you for asking though. I'm blessed. So yeah. But another thing, y'all, the subscriber in me is who, when I'm talking about YouTube, that's what you're getting. That's not the content creator in me. I'm coming from a subscriber point. And I just want to let subscribers know you should not be attacked for your opinion. If your opinion is disrespectful, the creator needs to block you, so you shouldn't be in their platform throwing disrespect. But other than that, you're entitled to have an opinion, even if it doesn't agree. I don't care if people don't agree with me. I don't. You know what I'm saying? What I care about is how you going to, don't come telling me what I need to do. I'm not going to tell anyone what they need to do. Don't disrespect me and I won't disrespect you. But see, in here, because it's royal behavior. Anything you do, do it royally. And I'm with that. And everybody can have their own mind, but content creators attacking subs because they like somebody or they stand by somebody, that's silly. Like I said, when Miss Mickey and them was team Jules, what I told them is you'll see the light. And if you don't see it in her, I don't want to hear about it from y'all on nobody else. I don't want to hear about how bad everybody else is that y'all sitting with somebody doing some terrible stuff, you know. Even recently when I heard her bring up losing Mims, like you didn't care like that. Like you didn't care like that. And it's all these codes on talking about Mims, but these heifers that have no respect, these heifers that call themselves their friends and sit with people who dog them out, these heifers that run with John Yates, y'all shouldn't be able to mention Mims. I'm going to mention Mims because the last day Mims was alive, the last text she sent me was, "I love you, sis." Not, here's some gossip out this shit. The last message we had with each other was, "I am getting ready to go to LA and pick up a friend." The last conversation we had with each other wasn't this. And I'm going to make it make sense on her name, period. And if you think any of them heifers own or ownership to her, they don't, because I'd rather blame them for her than I'd ever tell them they own the ownership to tell anybody they could talk about. I don't care if you're talking to a husband or not. I don't. I even to be honest with you, even when it comes to Heidi, I feel like if her husband really knew the truth, he wouldn't like Heidi. That's why her daughter didn't like Heidi or Terry Lynn. Y'all notice it was never a Danny thing. And here's something I know for a fact. When they went through all Mims messages, they didn't have to erase none of me and Mims or screenshot them for nothing bad because nothing negative was in there. And that's why a lot of people, when they go to Mims thing, her messages were taken. If I go to it right now, it's still there. And like I said, these heifers won't even shame the name of the man. Don't speak to me. I'm a real boss. I'm a real queen. What I say, I mean it. My word is my bond. I come from real structure. That's what I said. These heifers, come on. Y'all was all kissing John's butt. Y'all don't care about Mims. Period. Like I said, y'all think I ain't been watching and everything. Y'all people don't care about nothing that y'all said. She was just mentioning Mims' name. You had a whole picture you got from a dude on her and used it to try to blackmail her and sat in a group with women and gay men dogging her. Like I said, Mims got one up on all you heifers on this internet that talk about her. She's answered for her sins. You still living in yours. She in peace. She never got to hurt again. She never got to be friends with heifers that aren't her friends again. She never got to trust men who will put her to the end again. While you heifers are going to take another chick to another Neil, to another Ben, to another George, to another John. I'm glad Aaron came back and got it together because he was becoming just like the people I just named. And trust me, there are plenty of gay men on here I like, and they don't get on none of this stuff. And I'm sure these men would literally protect you, not just be over here on some BS because they want to be popular with these chicks. Because your sexuality don't make you become this. But like I said, so when it comes to these people, I ain't got nothing good to say about them. Nothing. They the reason that, like I said, before Amber came over in that circuit, wasn't nobody talking about doxing, smocks, and not saying doxing wasn't going on, but she made it good. Pizzagate, all that stuff, that's what they do. They gangs pile up on people. They ain't gonna be happy to everybody hate Maria, to everybody hate this person, to everybody, but nobody should hate them. They got a laundry list of what Maria done did, but they will sit next to John and pretend like he's done nothing. They'll sit with Amber, she's done nothing. They sit with Heidi. Heidi is messy than a mofo. And Heidi sit with more in-toting white folks than I've ever seen in my life. But then she did tell us she married a skinhead. Y'all, I can't. I got better stuff to do on a Sunday. And besides, we got to get back to this pajama jam later. Because I will talk about these heifers. How long have I been live? YouTube, how long have I been on here? Oh, God, it says 2 hours and 24 minutes. You know what? I did not come on here to get I did not come on here to get you 2 hours and 25 minutes of this. I feel like I could do 17 more days of talking about these heifers. But that would be more energy than the people that they give their bodies to give them. And so I'm not going to do that. Why would I give them more attention than the people they have relations with? That's not making sense. Yeah, but like I said, these heifers, like I said, even when 82, I'm sorry I got to keep throwing you in here, but until you just on that heifer. Since you always judging people about what they doing. 82, the godfather of YouTube. What equipment do he got? What he godfather? Literally, y'all see the shit I'm sitting in? I've had it for a year. Y'all seen me in it once. I took a whole video, put it up a short when I got it. And I told y'all how I got it as a blessing from free 99. But either way it go. As I said, I got GoPros. I like to count. Sorry, y'all, my picture, my Beverly Hills picture, when I had the red carpet and shit, all that, it had fell off the wall. The nail fell out. And so I was like, you know what? I think if I put another one of them nails and put another hole in the wall. So I'm like, Danny, you need to get some of that good sticky stuff and stuff like that. But I've been talking to y'all, but I want to show y'all something. Girl, and then I got this hair. I was going to crochet my hair and do it this way. But I said, you know what, Danny, you've been letting your hair breathe. Go on and get braided, girl. Just go on and get it braided, girl. Anyway. Just marking one of my accomplishments. Just Danny. That was my first big accomplishment to myself. So one of my biggest, greatest cheerleaders, my parents, they did that. So I actually want to hang that up too. But then when my picture fell down, off the wall, I said, you've been up here for the whole 4 years I've lived here. Because I'm going on my 4 years here. It'll be 4 years in December. But anyway. And I was like, you know what? That's telling me maybe we need to move the pictures around, Cher, stop spending. Stop taking all my attention off of me. I'm a Marsha. But anyway, thank you. But yeah, so like I said, I definitely plan to drop some more shorts today. Y'all know I drop shorts every day. I try my best to do like 5 a day, 5 shorts. Because I'm so good at shorts, I could do like 5 shorts in probably about 5 minutes. I'm good with that on the editing and everything else. But I'm trying to get better on the doing the uploads. So here's the thing with uploads. You can upload a video and then YouTube will take about an hour just even put it up. That gets on my nerves. So sometimes with the uploads, I'm like, let me just put it up tonight so it could be out tomorrow. Then when I do that, sometimes it go out instantly. I'm like, wait, YouTube, you playing with me now. But also when you do the uploads, so some of them are like it's a video I want to do on a celebrity. But so when you're doing the upload, I'm not in the editing screen in my studio, in my YouTube studio, where I can just put the sound in. So I actually have to put the sound in before. So if I want to do a narration in this video, I have to put the sound in first. And then when I get it in, I have to make sure, because sometimes I download it. I'm like, wait, how come the first 2 seconds seem chopped off or the last 2 seconds seem chopped off? And then sometimes they'll send the 3-minute one over to the short. And I'm like, no, this is supposed to be my upload for the day, not a 3-minute short. This is supposed to be an upload. So recently when I just did the talk, that wasn't supposed to be a short, but it's in my shorts. That was supposed to be an upload. Don't get me started, okay? But I'm trying to get better and better at everything. But yeah, like I say, guys, you know me, I'll keep talking. I will keep talking. And it's about to be noon. I've been up since 5:30. And my old buddy be in the bed before 10:30. But yes, guys, have an awesome day. And I need to get off here anyway because I plan to come back for a Pajama Jammy Jam. So the Pajama Jammy Jam ain't gonna be this long. But I do plan to come back because I can't come on a Sunday and not drop a Pajama Jammy Jam. Now, if after I take my shower and get dressed, I end up having business and I switch the name on this to, in my opinion, Pajama Jammy Jam, then no, we're gonna just have to count this. we gonna just have to count this as a Pajama Jammy Jam, okay? Because I don't want to give up on my people. No, I'm just playing. This gonna stay to be honest, and in my opinion, and that's not illegal. Because they'll be like, yeah, they was on a channel talking about me, and I'm gonna make sure because YouTube is gonna come after them for what? What? It don't go down like that. It really don't. But yeah, I know. So I wanna get in on my day. I do. Yes, please have a great Sunday, everybody. Do something that is fun for you. Enjoy you. If sleeping in, couch potato in it today, eating your favorite food, cheating on your diet for the day. On your diet. I ain't say on your mates. Nobody take that way. Cheating on your diet for the day. Going on an extra run, working out a little, whatever make you feel good, laying in the bed with your spouse, hanging out, ordering some takeout, going out to eat, catching a movie, watching a movie at home, Netflixing and chilling, whatever, cooking something, hitting your garden if it's not too hot, going to the pool, turning on the sprinkler and just sitting in your chair outside because it's that hot and you said, just let the water hit me. Whatever makes you feel good today, watching this BS and laughing at these heifers, whatever makes you feel good today, please do that. Please take advantage of you. Please take advantage of this time because we take time for granted. We take it for granted. Stop taking it for granted. They say tomorrow not promised to you. I got a secret for you. The next hour ain't promised to you. Enjoy the moment you're in. Please do that for me. Please do that for me. Shine your light so somebody can see their light switch and turn theirs on. Be something better for your community and the people around you. Show that good is better than bad in a time when the world is trying to tell us that all of us are bad. We got enough hate. Can I see some love? And hey, if you want to live in hate, that's okay, because I'm about to let you know love conquers all. Love wins. Hate dies. Love wins. Love lives forever. So in that, I'm going to say I will catch y'all later. And my foodie ass getting ready to go eat. See y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for coming through. Thank you again for the memberships. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who hit the like button. Thank you for everybody who stopped through. Thank you for everybody who put a comment in there. Thank you for loving on each other. And I'll see you later.